Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, streaming from the D, knowing what to show. Indicators are wrong point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro. I'm Rucker, Jerry, and just blood too. Bad motherfucker in a good way, boo. Got my eyes on the charts, ain't no time to sleep. Get that money, gotta keep it creep. That's why crypto blood, just the toasters on the line. Stacking my coin, got the market on my mind. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum too. Cash is king, but I'm looking for a new move. I know the culture of the markets like the streets. Got my finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Ready? Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, buddy. We're doing it live. Oh, baby. We're doing it live, ladies and gents. Welcome to the 2024 election. Man, this is epic right here, boy. I'm telling you, round of applause to everybody who went out there and voted. Where's my vote? Where's my vote patch? I gotta find my vote patch. I gotta find out my vote patch. I got one on my vest, but I got another one for my shirt. So I'm gonna go put that on in a second. I got all my YouTube premium members able to jump in early. They get to sit in and talk with me and talk with you guys before anyone else. So I'm glad to have them come in here shortly. Let's see if I can bring up the first guy. He looks real studio ready. He looks like he's ready to start his podcast, y'all. I don't know. My man T-Will in the building. What's going on, bro? Did you get out there and vote, man? Test again. Try it again. No, man. You ain't ready, bro. You ain't ready. I thought you was ready. I thought you were ready, T-Will. Let's get King Chris in here. See if he can get his situation set up and get it corrected. King Chris, what's going on, brother? It sounds like he's on a plane somewhere. I don't know where he is. King Chris, are you there? Well, we'll wait till he comes back, and let's see if T-Will's got his situation back in order. T-Will, you got to make sure, check your click the settings icon at the bottom right and make sure your inputs are going to the correct location. We'll bring King Chris back in here in a second.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Okay, what's happening?
There we go. I'm good, man. Did you vote today, Merrill? Did you vote or did you vote early?
Nah, I don't participate, man. It don't make a difference to me.
Oh, come on. Will. We gotta make it too big to rig, bro. I understand. We gotta make it too big to rig. Let's see what AI Grip
one
said.
time in my life, bro. That was for guess who?
Obama.
No, sir. Bill Clinton. I was very young. Very young.
Bill Clinton. Okay.
Yep.
AI Grip said, I voted. Weird. My old high school is the new county building, bro. I had to flashback from the 90s. I walked around my old high school for about 30 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. Anything for clicks in the building? He said T-Will might start stripping. Julio says Bitcoin is doing the Tucker giggle right now at the election. Yeah, it's looking good, man. I'm long like a whole bunch of trades. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a little while, but make sure you guys hit that like button. King Chris, you got to drop me a private chat in the background. Let me know if you're back, because we were I tried to bring you to the stage, but I did not get a response from you, brother. So definitely come back in. And anyone who's a YouTube premium member, check the YouTube communities area. I dropped a link to the stream so you can join in right now. And then I also dropped it in the Telegram room. So come on in, shoot the shit with us. And how you feeling tonight, T-Will? How you feeling as far as the election goes? As far as the election,
I'm going for Trump. Either
Right.
way, even though I didn't vote, I think he's gonna win. I know you don't think he's gonna win, but
Mm-mm.
he's gonna pull.
I mean, he's
off.
going to win, but they're going to steal it.
Okay.
Like 2020. I'm just saying.
Time.
Not this time. Not this. What if they're one vote off? Would you feel bad?
No, because anything's possible, but he got too much of the black vote. He got too much of the Hispanic vote. You know, it's just it's different.
Okay. Let's see who we got. We got a person named Mike coming to the stage. Mike. And they left. I don't know what that was about. So tonight, guys, what we're gonna do is, because I'm a huge fan of Patrick Bet-David. I don't know if you watch his stuff. He's pretty huge. You watch Valuetainment?
Oh yeah, I was watching it right before I come over here. You know, he got that studio.
We're gonna use them.
Hanger.
Yeah, he actually bought that hanger, doing big things. So what we're gonna do, T Will, we're gonna stream their stream just to make it easy, because I wanted to see what Pat was talking about in his show. He had a little pump up there, which I didn't understand how he could have picked someone better to represent the. He not even black.
Straight up.
He could have. Come on, Pat. You could have, but it is what I don't have anything against Lil Pump at all. I'm just saying, for the culture, it would have been great to see somebody a little bit more representative of the culture. AI Griff said, Mr. T will do you Mr. T, do you think they are just puppets that the elite control? What do you say to that?
Of course, but you only got two choices, right?
Do you think Trump is controlled by the elite?
Less than the rest of the presidents, but yes.
Okay. Courtney Johnson says, follow the money. Polymark had Trump running away with it. Okay. Sorry, blood. Didn't realize it was to join the stage, and I'm working. Okay. All right, Mike. No problem, brother. No problem.
I was actually hoping that was Memories with Mike.
Yeah, it was. It sure was. It actually was. He's at work right now. Hopefully, we're gonna be streaming for a while. Memories with Mike. So I don't know what time you get off. But hey, come on through if you can. We're gonna be streaming all night. Let me go ahead and get this up, T Will. I'm gonna go run and get my sticker, and then I want to play this part though before I go get that. Let's play this part. I don't know if you saw this while we were backstage. I was streaming this part, but let's check out what Miss what's her name? Oprah had to say.
He says the following thing yesterday. Rob, if you got the clip, folks, you got to see this. Because after you watch this, I'm going to show you a different clip of what Oprah said. But go ahead and play this clip, Rob.
We don't get to sit.
Raise the audio.
Out. If we don't show up tomorrow,
Listen.
it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again. And
by the way, this is the same person that said this to Trump nearly 40 years ago. Go ahead, Rob.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life. And if I did decide to do it, I think I'd be inclined. I would say that I would have a hell of a chance of winning, because I think people, I don't know how your audience feels, but I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing. This country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
Wow.
By the way,
That's crazy.
You know what's funny? Do you know the story is that at that time, it was supposed to be Trump running for office with Oprah Winfrey as his VP.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of how the story was about. And how do you go from that, being a good friend, to saying if he gets elected, what's the level of Oprah Winfrey to be able to influence any votes today? Do you think she's able to flip, or does she get the same audience that listens to her?
I think Americans are more and more I think a celebrity endorsement can be a liability. Most Americans realize that someone like that is so out of touch, has zero in common with anybody. So when was the last time she flew commercially? Really? Like, you're going to take your cues from somebody like that? So I think it's just incredibly condescending, and it's very interesting to me that the left has always tried to garner as much support from celebrities that are totally out of touch. I mean, I think it's actually, I think it really does work against them. It really does. I mean,
Okay, so let me ask you this. If Oprah doesn't work for you, how about J-Lo?
King Chris, I saw you were in the room. Come back if you want. Jump on the stream with myself and T. Will. I like this comment right here. Johnny B said, I left Cali for Merida, Mexico, expecting big chaos, not going back and using Bitcoin gains to buy a house in happiness. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. And then we have Waters Above saying Harris to win. So anything for clicks. Does that mean Trump is going to win? Let me know what you think about that. And this is why, T. Will, I think this is why she's doing what she's doing, because they've got a lot of shit on Oprah. What do you say to that point? You think the powers that be got a lot on Oprah?
I think she's like most people, man. She's just following code. I remember I heard Trump say he ain't really worried about what his black friends say, because I believe it's still his friend. He said he understand that they have to stay on code.
Damn.
And he actually told them to stay on code.
Get your money.
They wouldn't blow their money.
Yeah,
up.
get your money.
Right.
But Oprah doesn't need that, though. Oprah doesn't need the money. So is it something a little bit darker or more nefarious to that point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's a billionaire, bro.
Right. I mean, you never know, man. They said Puffy was a billionaire, right?
You're right. You're right. Julio said, what in the Diddy's guest list for Kamala is going on? It's very awkward that all of these people are definitely friends with the diddler. So that's very, very strange. Oprah has her own agenda. What is that agenda? So anyone who is a YouTube premium member, come on in if you want. Links have been shared with you on YouTube, in the community post area, and on the Telegram, in the Telegram room. So come on in if you would like. We're going to get back to the screen share right now, and I will be right back.
The signature. We have cured about 15,000 so far out of that 27,000. We have until 5 calendar days after Election Day in order to cure as many of those as we can. Of those approximately 1.4 million ballot packets, we have sent approximately 27,000 to curing so far. Now, what curing is that's the process by which we attempt to contact the voter if we cannot match the signature. We have cured about 15,000 so far out of that 27,000. We have until 5 calendar days after Election Day in order to cure as many of those as we can.
By the way, Tom, to the person that doesn't know what this means, what did he just say? We've cured. What does that mean to the average person?
Well, to say he's curing means something is sick. And what was sick is they received a bunch of mail-in ballots. There were some signatures that they could not identify or that were improperly filled out. So they actually, in Arizona, make phone calls over a 5-day period to try to reach the voter. Did you vote here and drop this off. I'm trying to get your name and your signature to line up, and the ballot was not correctly signed. If they can contact it, then they say that that sick ballot is cured and it goes in the stack to be counted.
So is this bad news for them when something like this happened in Maricopa County that said we probably need 10 to 12 days to count everything?
I think Maricopa had those lawsuits with Kerry Lake last time, and so they're doing the right thing and being transparent,
That's
saying
good.
we have a problem.
Well, that's great to see that. When you're seeing that, all we want, if you ask the average person what they're looking for, the average person just wants a fair election. If we have a fair election, there's not a lot to be worried about.
Just tell me, please.
Were you going to say something?
Yeah, can I see an image of that guy one more time, please? I don't know who he is. I don't know what he represents. It was hard to hear, but I'm questioning his decision-making ability. Just shave it off, bro.
That hair, his hair looks like it caught on fire.
I don't know if you're left. I don't know if you're right. I know that. What I do know, Brian Callen, is the one thing I hear of Maricopa County.
I got better hair than that guy does. Friends from Britain.
Yeah, he's
Isn't that guy's hair like that?
Henry's cousin.
Is that hair?
See what you're trying to do. We have a lot of beautiful bald people here. Rob Garju, I see Siamak over here. So you got just embrace it. Jason Statham. I don't know what he's saying. What I do know is Maricopa County. Is that the same county in Arizona where there was the Sheriff Joe Arpaio? This county seems to be a lot of nonsensical things going on. Callen, have you been following this for a while?
Probably, yeah. Probably. But it's a very important county. So they say as Maricopa County goes, so goes the state. So it's a very important county.
There's another guy in Arizona. I don't know if he's joining us. I don't want to, but there's a guy who maybe could take care of a few things.
Which guy from Arizona? By the way, do we have...
His picture's up there.
If they're not, okay. Do we have a couple of our friends?
I'm in the middle of reading this book, my friend, The Fourth Turning. I don't know if you had a chance to read this. It's a pretty extensive read, a little difficult, but it's interesting. The whole seculums and the four seculums or whatnot and all that. So either way, even if she doesn't win and you know, we have Trump win, who is a populist pretty much, right? He's a populist candidate. He it still lines up with the end of a term, like a seculum, right? It marks the end of or the start of a new turning, the next quarter. And so I think it's spot on. In the next 5 to 10 years, we should be transitioning to something, a rebirth, a kind of a restart. So we'll see what happens though. But that was a great book. I'm still finishing it up, but let me know if you actually read that book.
Anybody recognize Ricky? My man. So, Ricky, I'll come to you first, and then Jorge, I'll come to you. Ricky, you're in California, okay? And is my mic on or just went out? Let's see. What are we doing? Let me just hold on to this. Okay. So can you guys hear me or no? Is this better than the other one? Okay. All right. We'll stick to this. Ricky, you live in Bakersfield, California.
California, yes, sir. California.
Bakersfield, California. Yeah. And your background, if you don't mind sharing with some of the folks here what your background is, family, and then, you know, where you stand politically with what's going on. Go for it.
Yeah, so absolutely, first of all, Pat, it's an absolute honor to be here with you. I remember we were sitting at a table just a few years back. It was a wooden table. It was me, Adam, Gerard, and Patrick on a little wooden table. To see that, the big PBD crowd here, this is awesome. Super happy to be here with you guys. Thank you guys. Super awesome to be here with you guys. Well, just to give you guys a little bit of feedback, so we're actually from Michoacán, Mexico, which is a central state in Mexico, for my Mexicans in the crowd. But, however, my family came here. Obviously, they came illegally. They eventually became residents, even though that's what a lot of people find it hard that I'm Hispanic Mexican and I'm against illegal immigration. They're like, how? That's where your family came. I'm like, yeah, but if your dad killed somebody, it doesn't make it okay just because he's your dad. Don't work like that. You know what I mean? You have to have a family of laws. I have to have a country of laws. But anyway, grew up in the hood. My parents got divorced when I was 6. Grew up in the hood till I was about 13. Well, no, actually lived there till about 17 years old. Got in trouble, dropped out of high school my junior year. You know, so I come from that hood, bad background, getting in trouble, getting suspended from school, you name it, all of it. But then, you know, a few years later, got in because of my brother, which I give my brother a shout out, Alejandro, and the Dotoros and the Gaitans. I met Patrick, been working with Patrick for the past 8 years now, and he started giving me these ideas of, hey, so what do you think about the elections, and what do you think about this, and what do you think about that? I actually started in 2008, Pat, during the Obama election. So in 2016, I'm sorry, when Trump was running for president. And I said, I think Trump just wants power. That's all he cares about, because in the Hispanic community, when all you watch is Telemundo, Univision, all this bullshit, you're brainwashed by this idiot called Jorge Ramos. And so Pat started to kind of give me some ideas, and well, here we are, supporting Trump in California in a red state.
Ricky, you know, your family, now this is interesting because we have you're Michoacan, Mexico, right? Yes. California.
Yeah.
We have Jorge is Miami, Florida, on a completely different spectrum.
Completely different side.
Dade County.
My dad's from Cuba, my mom's from Peru. I was born in Miami, Florida, Dade County.
So, and for both of you guys, the Hispanic vote right now is a very, very important vote, right? Your own family, when they're coming to you, are they saying, Jorge, what are you doing supporting Trump? Or are you seeing a lot more friends and family coming and saying, dude, I'm all in with this guy right now? What are you hearing yourself?
No, Cubans are firm Republicans. It's like firm, it's before I ever had my ideas and stuff, they were firmly against communism, they're firmly against socialism. So there's one party that usually fights at like a dog, and that's the Republican Party. You know, it's obviously not the Democratic Party. And my dad escaped Cuba when he was 14 years old. He escaped with his best friend. His best friend's uncle, they found a tire tractor, and they turned it into a raft, and they hit the high seas. 7 days later, they got to the Bahamas, they got extradited. And I heard all these stories like growing up. I was like, oh, this is bullshit. You know, ain't nobody 100 miles. Why would you do that? You know, when I was a kid, and as I got older and I understood what communism was, I was like, wow, I get it why you put your life at risk. My other aunt, between Guantanamo and the nearest town, there's a huge land, and that land is rigged with minefields, because if you get to Guantanamo, you could get asylum, at least back in the day. So my aunt risked her life, you know, and she crossed the field, and a mine blew off, and it blew off her left tit. Gone.
Left tit.
Still kicking ass, you know.
What?
Got some nicknames.
Why did he have to say left tit, though?
You know, and these are the people that like
Bro.
raised me and spoke to me about what this country means to the rest of the world, why they were willing to risk their life, which when I first heard this, I didn't understand. I go, why would you walk through a fucking landmine? Like what's behind you that could ever make you do that? And when I understood what was happening to them, it's where I decided on my mind, where all my politics, how I would stand, and my values, everything.
You got a big voice. I mean, if you think about Miami, what happened with Miami, DeSantis,
he will
County,
gifted another 5 memberships. Thanks to him.
You directly
He's
have.
on stream with us tonight. All members are welcome
to join. How many guys, some of the best fights you've ever seen in UFC have to do with Masvidal?
Yeah.
I'm just watching.
Shout out to John Hill. He's now a member.
Idea how many great stories I got of watching this guy fight. So much fun to watch. Ricky, on your end,
in the building.
Mexican. Family
Future Weller,
right? Or you got Jorge Ramos.
HPJ 99.
Some of the Hispanics that
and trade
vote
to win.
for Kamala, if they do, why do they? And some of the ones that you've seen switching on Trump, why do they, from your perspective?
So in 2020, you got to remember, especially for us over here in California, we share the border with Mexicali, we share the border with Tijuana. And so a lot of people, he did that, for example, the thing with the immigrants,
How do you blow off a
and people took that personally because
so the
Hispanic
mind
community,
circumvented your
leg.
leg.
They're very emotional.
Skip
All
your
you gotta
leg
do is
area
attack emotions,
and
that's
straight
it,
blew
it's
off
game
your
over.
tit.
They're gonna make you emotional, and that's what Jorge Ramos did. What a lot of people don't know is that his daughter Paola Ramos was actually a part of Hillary Clinton's campaign when she was running for president. So obviously he wanted to support that because he wanted more access to the White House, things that the normal Hispanic sitting at home would never know.
So just again, guys, all members can join the stream, even the new members. All you got to do is click over to your community post area on YouTube for my channel, and it'll be a members only post there. You can join the stream, chime in, give us your opinion on where we are with things. I got some links from, and shout out to, I think it was My Crypto Space UK. He dropped a couple of tweets we're going to look at here in a second. Very interesting what's being said. So we'll take a look at that here in a minute. Also, Coin Music Cap says, I would greatly appreciate your feedback on my project involving the creation and posting of cryptocurrency themed music daily, focusing on top 25 coins. That's pretty dope. There was a guy back in the 2017-18 rally. I don't know if T. Will was around then, but it was man, this guy was a dope rapper. He called it the crypto wrap up. And he did a rap song every week and wrapped up the week with a cold verse on a crazy nice beat. And yeah, I remember him. He fell off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened to him. T. Will, you familiar with that guy, Crypto Wrap Up? You ever heard of him?
No, I don't know who he is.
Okay. I'll try to maybe pull up some of his stuff. Yeah, he was pretty dope. Let's see who we got here. Sin 73 is in the building. Who we got here? Sin 73, JR 19. What's going on, brother? You might have to unmute yourself. Yeah, I'm not sure why we can't hear anything from Sin right now.
Restream is kind of hard to get used to compared to
is it for the guest?
Right.
Oh, okay. So I have to try to log in as a guest and see how the user experience is, because I've never done that. Actually, I have. Crypto Keeper at one point was using Restreamer, but I can't remember if it was difficult or not. Let's get back to the stream.
Here in a minute, Mike, if you can come up, Adam, if you can give your seat up to Mike. Jorge, I'll come to you. Why are you a supporter of Donald Trump? Why do you like Donald Trump so much?
2015-16, I started seeing him do his thing, and he said one thing right in the beginning that caught my eye, and that was he said nobody was in his pockets. He said he was in all these politicians' pockets. He got him to do whatever he wanted to do, and nobody was ever in his pocket. He paid everybody off. So he was coming into the game with his own ideas, his own thoughts, and nobody could buy him. When I heard that, I was like, this is a man that if he says what he's going to do, it's going to be the best thing for us. There's no secret corporations behind him. There's no foreign governments backing him up. This is one person with his own thoughts, and he loves America, you know. So
CT Will, this is how I feel about Trump. I asked you earlier whether or not you felt like Trump was bought, and I think he's financially positioned at a point, and he's old enough to the point where really there's nothing for him to be bought on. And so I always came to the table looking at Trump, and one of the reasons, like my guy said, one of the reasons I supported Trump was because I knew he wasn't bought, or I felt like he wasn't. There's no 100% on anything, but I felt like he was, if any of them, the least likely to be bought by a corporation or some special interest group or whatnot. So we'll see. He sure act like he ain't bought.
What are you going to do about it? By the way, if you actually think about it, Jorge, Mike, if you think about it, who do you think has a bigger base of fighters who can actually do jiu-jitsu, MMA, mixed martial arts, fighting? Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Who do you think's got a bigger camp of fighters?
Trump.
Mike.
Yes.
Before we even talk politics, I got a selfish question for you. What happened with your fight with Conor McGregor? Everybody wants to know. I've had a lot of different answers. What happened there?
Yeah, I think Conor's voting for Kamala. If he was going to vote for Kamala. No, he broke his pinky toe. So yeah, he broke his pinky toe. We built it up for like a year and a half. It was a while. Made a lot of sense to wait. We did the Ultimate Fighter. And then it became very clear. I was like, I got to move on. And now I'm fighting Charles Oliveira.
We're going to get to this one here. The one said he's bought by Israel now. That's an interesting one. Shout out to John Hill. I think he joined.
Charles is the highest ranked guy.
Yep, he joined. So test the mic, John Hill. Let me see if we can hear you.
Become the number 3 ranked guy.
Can you hear me?
Islam
All right, there we go. There we go. What's going on, John Hill? You still feel comfortable with Trump taking his home tonight, baby?
And Brian,
has anything changed?
Because I think you're gonna have some thoughts on this one.
No.
I can ask you guys a favor.
And matter of
If
fact,
you're here,
let me
do me a
bring
favor,
up
don't speak
something
up
that
because I
my
can actually
crypto
hear it.
space shared with me or us in the chat room. Let me see here if I can bring this up so we can hear this.
Spin on it. I think when you see current voters saying that by a 3-to-1 margin that they are dissatisfied with the country,
or angry, dissatisfied or angry.
I got to say, I think that that's with the present conditions in the country. I mean, in conventional terms, it would be a miracle that Kamala Harris could win with that kind of headwind, and also with a president. Remember, she was part of the administration. The Biden-Harris administration was 41% approved, 58% disapproved. This isn't even close to the 50%
but I want to be a
they
contrarian
traditionally.
here
Let me just finish my point.
Yeah.
Spin on it. I think
she
when
wanted to
you
be a
see
contrarian.
current voters.
What is there to be a contrarian about, huh? That's just facts. But again, here's my thing, John Hill. We're not talking about reality here. We're talking about fixing. We're talking about cheating. There's no rationale when you cheat, right? The outcome of a cheater, you know, they should not have won, but they cheat to win. So that's my whole position. I don't care what stats you give me. They're gonna figure out a way over the night to if it's not big enough of a margin. That's the caveat for me. What do you say, John?
I think it's big enough of a margin. I don't see, you know, there's been a lot of fake support with this whole campaign, but it's not real. Like she wasn't liked in 2019. She didn't even make it to the primaries. I predicted then she wouldn't make it to past Super Tuesday. She didn't make it to Super Tuesday, and you know she got selected this election. And I mean, you can get as many celebrities as you want. That doesn't mean, you know, they're getting paid. Like they're getting paid.
Like real talk. Like it's not a speculation. This is campaign finance laws. They have to disclose this shit. They were literally getting paid. They pay Izzo fat ass $2.5 million to come to Detroit. Waste of money, but they don't care, right? They paid what's her name? Who else did they pay? Beyonce. They pay her $10 million. How much did they pay Cardi B? John Hill?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at the stats for that. But if they're paying Lizzo 2.5, and
she's at least getting 5, right?
Yeah, she's at least getting 5. She gotta get.
She's at least getting 5. That's crazy, bro.
I mean, that's the
insane.
Game. That's the game. I mean, you gotta make it seem like she has all this support, but she was a selected candidate.
Yeah.
She's widely unpopular. She was unpopular in her own state. That's why she was one of the reasons why she dropped out. She wasn't going to win her own state in 2019. And, you know, for this go around, they didn't even allow a primary because they already knew Biden was chronically in decline. Like they hit him for like a year and a half. And then when they finally put him out for the public, he showed all his signs of he has dementia. Like, I thought he had dementia in 2020.
Yeah, I did too.
It was when
most certainly.
They were hiding it. They were hiding it then. So to me, like, I mean, these are just. But the biggest thing is just I just look at what's going on with the market and the economy, and that was my biggest thing. And that's my biggest thing. Why I think just with that clip, I don't see a person winning. I don't care who you are, if the economy is bad. And you can, you know, the stock prices might be up and other assets might be up, but people can't afford those assets. That's the biggest thing. That's why I just don't like what's changed. There's no narrative change for her that she can jump on. And she doesn't have political ideology.
None.
She's just a suit. Like her strength is playing the background, you know, playing and getting in positions, you know, whether it's Willie Brown or getting the VP. But when you put her out in the spotlight, all her flaws show. She's not very persuasive. She's not, you know, she's not cunning. She can't move a crowd. She's not like a preacher. Like, she has no skills other than playing, you know, getting.
Oh, but joy comes in the morning, y'all. I thought she was a preacher there for a minute. That Sunday, that one Sunday.
No.
No. Okay. All right.
No. She's weak. She was a weak candidate, and I think she's just a flawed candidate. Because the only reason why they really did pick her is because if they would have picked another candidate, the money that was raised already, they would have to re-raise that money. They would have to, you know, refund that money, re-raise it again. Because of Biden dropping out, they can't use that money for a different.
That's right. And honestly, we lost John Hill there, but actually, the way they even transferred the funds, T-Will, to her from the Biden Harris campaign was even a little suspect. John Hill, are you aware of that?
From the repeat that again.
So even the transfer of the funds from the Biden Harris to the Harris Waltz campaign, I've heard was even a little suspect and potentially illegal.
I haven't heard anything. Okay. I haven't heard anything on that front yet. But I mean, it really does. To me, it doesn't matter. Like they needed that money more so for the down ballot races, not even for her race, because it's the DNC is collecting that money. The DNC divvied out that money for other candidates for House and Senate. Like that was the big thing I saw for this run. But I just let me ask you this question. You the second black man on this stream tonight. Did you vote? No, I didn't.
Oh Lord! Come on, fellas.
I wasn't. First of all, I wasn't voting for Trump. I don't like Trump, and it's not nothing personally. I don't like his policies. Wait a minute. You don't like Trump
too?
Yeah, I got to hear this one, man. Stop the music. Now I've heard the other way around. I don't like Trump personality, but his policies are okay. You know, I got to give it to him. You don't like Trump policies?
No.
Wow. I got to hear this one.
What is there here? What is his policy? Like, when it comes to politics, for me personally, you got to have policies that affect, you know, the masses positively. He doesn't have those type of policies. He is for the capital class. That's what he's for. That's what the Republican Party is for. And honestly,
okay, but let's not conflate Republican Party and Trump.
I'm not conflating. We
two different things.
We lived through we lived through a Trump presidency. During his presidency,
lowest.
I don't care about those stats. The biggest stat is wealth. Is the wealth.
Okay, we had the highest wealth increase for minorities under Trump.
No, it hasn't. The wealth. Yeah. I'm not talking about I'm not just talking about individual minorities. I'm talking about as the whole pie.
You can't change the whole population. A lot of people don't want it, man.
It ain't about wanting it. It's about what are the rules. The rules for the last 40 to 50 years has been taking money from the lower classes and giving it to the capital class.
So what do you say about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime? That's for normal, regular, everyday people, bro. I'm sorry. I'm confused.
What's the minimum wage? What is the wage for a person that usually receives tips?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know that offhand. Do you?
So the biggest, I won't say the biggest, but say like a waiter or waitress, their salary, like because there's like a loophole within income, and depending on what state you live in, their minimum wage could be like $3, and they're living off of tips.
Right.
So you're
but
talking
at the same time, these same people are getting $5 a table. So they're really making like $40 an hour.
Exactly. That's just a catch net.
That's if they get a tip
an hour.
But that's if they get a tip. That's if they're dependent on tips for their income. So we're subsidizing as a consumer. We're subsidizing the business owners' wages.
Okay.
Which makes no fucking sense. And these are the things that I look at. I'm not looking at this, the minority. I don't play that game.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just saying, I brought up the minority card because, you are Black, right?
Yes.
And that's the number one thing that we want to see. Okay. For a candidate, if they're directly impacting us first, and then, you kind of go from us to the rest of the country, or your middle class, and then the rest of the country, and et cetera, et cetera. So I just don't, I'm just shocked at, and I'm trying to understand where you say he don't have any policies, because I've named a few, and I don't know if
people have been
more, but
Black Americans have been in America since 1619. How many policies, economic policies, have been directly directed at that minority in this nation's history?
I don't know. I mean, I know that if we talking minorities, what did he do for historical black colleges? First president to give them 10 years worth of funding. And more funding than any other president has ever done.
I'm not even
talking about. At this point, bro, you got to understand it's a straight up divide.
We can dance.
You're either gonna be with it or you not. Because
I'm listening
to John Hill, and he sounds like this is the mentality of somebody who wants some help.
I'm not, me personally, I don't want to help. I said my politics is, if I'm going to vote for somebody, it's going to be for the masses' help. It's not going to be for me. I'll figure this shit out. Like, it is what it is. But you're talking about a public office. It's supposed to be for public good. His policies aren't for public good. It's for the capital class. It's for the same policies that has got us in this economic bind for the last 50 years. It's for the same corporate welfare that is in place. That is what he's a corporate welfare is.
So, I think his policies are corporate centric, but they're in a way to spur business. Economic growth and business expansion. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Failed.
No, it has not failed.
If you don't have a business mind, Trump don't make no sense to you. It's just that simple.
And John Hill does. That's what's confusing to me. I don't understand.
Because it has failed. The biggest issue in America is the wealth gap. That wealth gap has grown no matter what red team or blue team's in. And the reason why it's grown because there's no because the money is being taken from the lower classes and give it to the capital class. You can argue and you can sit here and like, well, I feel a certain way, but that is the result.
I don't feel like nothing, bro. I ain't got no feelings. I'm too old for feelings. But I heard a smart man named Jim Rome say once, you could take all the money in the world, divide it evenly, and soon enough, it'll be back in the same hands.
Same hands. Very amen to that.
Has that ever been done? Has that ever been done?
Yeah, during the pandemic. During the
No, it
pandemic.
wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes,
No,
yes,
it
it was, John Hill. We gave trillions of dollars to literally inject it into the middle. No, into middle America.
No, you
In
didn't.
middle America. All the niggas was lined up. Where we go? Gucci, Louis, Prada. We gave the shit right back to the white man. We went and bought cars. White people did too, but I'm just talking about us. We went and bought cars. We bought jewelry. We bought clothes. We had all the money and we took it right and siphoned it right back to them because they know how to play the game of money.
No, because we don't know how to play the game of money.
Or if you look at it conversely, we don't know how to play the game.
PPP loans?
Huh?
Are you talking about the PPP loans?
PPP, EIDL, what's the other one that in some states, you know, they gave you money from being unemployed. So it was like 3 or 4 different programs, and all that money, whether it was fraud or not, whether it was legitimate or not, a large portion of that money went into a
Black
very
community.
concentrated group of corporations and individuals. That's why you saw LVMH. LVMH. Huh?
You said the right. You said the right thing first. Corporation.
What's that?
Because the majority of the money was most of the pie went to corporations and small businesses. That's where most of the money went. The other portion of the money went to the unemployment because the economy had collapsed. The other portion went to people that had children. They had a child tax credit. Those were the pie. That was the 3 major. That's where the pie was divvied up. So in that circumstance, it wasn't that all the wealth was evenly traded or evenly divvied up within the population, and it all went back to one hand. No, if you had a corporation or you had a business, you got majority of 8. Again, we're talking about corporate welfare.
I got a corporation and a business. I didn't get no PPE money. I didn't get no.
Did you apply for it?
I didn't need none of it. I didn't want none.
So you didn't apply for it. So you didn't get it. That's not my point. My point is when it comes to this
my point
country,
is I know a whole bunch of people that didn't want nothing to do with it because they know when the government give you something, they gonna take it to give you.
Cool. That's cool. That was your choice. My issue is the same issue I have with Trump. These benefits and these advantages are always given to the corporate class. That's why I don't vote for Trump. That's why I don't vote for the Democrats. They have the same policy.
I can just respectfully disagree, bro. You've been talking for a minute. I said respectfully disagree, bro.
I said respectful. That's what I said.
Right. I can respectfully disagree because I'm a high school dropout, man. I make more than doctors. I'm from the hood. My office I'm sitting in right now is in my hood that I was born in. Most of these guys don't want nothing, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with corporate and all that other stuff you talking about. It's do you want it or don't you want it?
That's your feelings.
No, that's a fact.
That's your feelings.
Well, when I see these guys in the park every day smoking blunts, drinking beer, and you telling me about my feelings.
You're telling me anecdotal.
That's my feelings. You right.
Yeah.
Anecdotal experience is what most of our community is.
Then you must not see most of our community. You're seeing a portion.
That's what's up.
So let's bring in Clay the Great.
I don't even know you're getting offended, but
Yo, how's everybody doing?
Good, man. Good.
Hey, man, just to go back to about the whole tax breaks thing. You do realize that people are incentivized to get into the system, and like that's the whole reason for the tax breaks, right? Like that's the spur business. Like, so whenever you against that, like, why are you against regular people trying to make businesses? I don't understand.
And to that good point, Clay. Also, John Hill. I'm not trying. This is not a 3-on-1 situation, but boy, you coming with some. You coming with some real.
Listen. I don't like this. This is not a big thing for me.
Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my thing. How do you say, like, I don't know if you remember Trump had in his term, he said, okay, for every regulation y'all want to pass, you got to take 2 away. I know you're saying that's not for the individual, but to some, I hate to say this because it's been used by Republicans in the wrong manner for many, many years now, the trickle-down effect. However, the trickle-down effect actually does work. I know you're going to disagree with that probably, but if you're able to give business owners like myself, like T Will, an easier entry into the market with less regulation fees or fees for complying, it just makes the economic engine easier to run. It oils it better. and then ultimately that helps the individual. Small businesses, we employ most of America. So I'm just trying to understand, man. Very interesting angle though, for sure. Clay the Great, you want to say anything else?
Nah, man, not too much, man. Just appreciate the stream. Just gonna listen in, and I wish I could have voted today. Unfortunately, I got deemed convicted as a felon a day before the dang election, man. Ain't that
so a felon can't vote, but an illegal alien felon could possibly vote.
Yeah,
round of applause for that.
Here's another thing, man. I was a medic for a explosive ordnance disposal team. I did my time in war. I did the whole war thing. I got both sides of the gun. Been there, done.
Thank you for your service.
No problem. Anytime I do it again. But the thing that pisses me off is right before the election, and then just like you said, we got illegals doing this. Like, come on, man. Come on, we got to do better than this. I mean, this just is not right. We got to take our country back. We need everybody to fight. And what really disappoints me too is the amount of people that are for Trump or, for whatever they believe in, they're still not even going out and voting. So what good does it do for you to just sit there and argue, cause problems, whatever it may be, if you ain't even getting out there and putting in your part?
Yeah, that part is this go around. I think was very important because I see how the Democrats play their game and how they control the whole vertical. They control from Hollywood, local, pretty much even local news. Like your local news stations are pretty much all up under an arm of ABC, NBC, CBS, right? So they even got that. Then they got the national news, right? They had, thank God for Elon, they had X, they had Twitter, but they got all the social media platforms. So I realize that they have the upper advantage and are able to pretty much, number one, persuade people through constant lies. We all know a lie told enough becomes the truth. That's what's happened to half of our country.
Right.
Because and some of it I don't even blame them, bro, because they go to where they know to go to get information, to get news.
They control culture. They control the culture.
They control culture. You got LeBron up there reading the Malcolm X book, acting like he know what the hell is going on. But bro, I guess you didn't get to the part where it said that the white liberal was the most dangerous person to a black man or a black person. So anyway, so they got all these verticals: sports, entertainment, news, mainstream, and they're able to pretty much rig the game. But the only way they can't rig it is if we have so many people come out and vote that it when they're counting all the ballots, it would be physically almost impossible for them, to take the electoral.
But we do
so
know
that's
that
why I'm voting. That's why I voted.
Don't choose the president, right?
No, it doesn't. But usually the electoral is going to go with that with which they see as the most votes.
They want to get elected again.
If they want to get right. So
but didn't Hillary Clinton win the popular vote, but Trump won the presidency?
Yeah, because only a few states controlled the election.
Right. So
because
that's what I'm saying. Why we so hard on the folks that don't vote like me? Because I don't care either way.
Yeah, well, depending on
it don't really matter for real.
So what state you in? You in the Missouri,
right? Right. We read the whole
It doesn't matter. I'm in Jersey. It doesn't matter.
I heard Jersey did matter this go round, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, unfortunately, she still has the hold of the state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why they got rid of Biden, because when the polling was coming out after that debacle debate, his polling number, he was about to lose on New York. So that's the reason they got rid of him. But I want to make a point on something you were saying about Democrats controlling, because they do. They control most of these. 90% of social media with the censorship and everything like that. We talked about this, for the last couple of years, honestly.
Right.
But again, it goes to my bigger point. It's like, and this is the biggest crux of everything. It's like I understand your arguments, and I understand from individual perspective. But the issue, and these are the issues you run in with when you give the corporate class all this wealth and power, is you get this concentrated power to where they can create these cabals, where they can control the media. Because it's you're going to call it the Democrats, it's corporate media. That's who's controlling these candidates. That's who funds the candidates. That's who creates the agendas. If Kamala again is BlackRock's economic agenda, it's not her. That's why when I said she has no political ideology, she's not coming up with these plans. She's the puppet for BlackRock. She's the puppet for the pharmaceutical companies. She's a puppet for the social media companies that want to like Facebook that want to.
Okay. Question. So who's Trump beholden to?
I guess Elon. I was looking at some of the Trump's backers. I forgot the names offhand.
T-Will, you hear this shit, bro? Elon.
Is Elon not backing him?
That's why sometimes it's just best to sit back and listen.
Is Elon not backing him?
People will tell you what it is. They'll tell you what it
is. Is Elon not backing him?
Just because Elon is backing him doesn't mean he's beholden to him. If that was the case, Elon would have been on the Trump train in 2016. Think about it. Let's use logic here, John Hill.
Hold on. Let him get it out. Let him get it out. Why is Elon backing Trump?
So Elon is not going to get a position in the cabinet if Trump.
Okay.
Wins.
Yeah. That ain't why he's backing Trump. Elon's backing Trump because you see how these people they finna try to do him like they did that boy from Telegram. And he know if Trump don't get in there, they gonna try to persecute him.
Yeah.
This is simple mathematics.
Yeah, man. You got to remember,
so
bro.
You know
he
that
wasn't.
He
was not.
For a fact. Well, we know
for
a
fact that in the UK and in over there in Europe, they want to do damage to Elon. It's coming here. It's coming here.
Are we talking about the UK? Or are we talking about Elon getting a position
in the
government?
If Trump I digress.
Again, you're just going to digress, and you're going to be quiet when you can't make your point because you have no point other than
he's not
have a point. I just spit some facts.
He's digressing because there's no point.
You're saying that they were going to do Elon like they do in Telegram. Where's the charges on Elon and Twitter?
Hey man,
you made it up. You were making it up.
Okay, I'm making it up.
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm right. You're wrong.
Right,
you're just
right,
making
man.
it up.
Wait, what do you write on?
No, he right. Let him be right, man. This is
no. I want to hear this because I ain't gonna
kindergarten. You just in your brain, you're always right. And if somebody,
I'm always right. Good God.
Okay, John Hill. I'm trying to understand what are you right about? I'm trying to hear what you're saying.
He said that they're going to do Elon like they're going to do like they're doing in the UK and the guy for that runs Telegram. I said, okay, where are the charges for Twitter and Elon? Similar to what they're doing to the Telegram founder. He was silent because there's no charges. My whole point is Elon is
going to they charged them, or did I say they're going to?
And I said,
where's
your evidence?
Since we're going back on facts, you telling me I said they did when I said they are going
I didn't
to.
say that. You said they were going to do him like they're doing the Telegram. And I'm asking, where's the facts? Where are the charges? Where's the report?
There it is again. Where's the charges?
So I'm going to go back, John Hill. I'm going to go back to. I'm gonna go back to the point.
It really is kindergarten because we can just make up stuff when you feel that you're right.
This why
and I'm asking you for
digress,
evidence, and you're not going to give me no evidence.
It didn't make no sense.
You don't have a report. You don't even have a news clip for that. You don't.
Okay,
you don't have.
So John Hill. So here's my question, John Hill. What is your rebuttal to my statement that Elon was nowhere to be found 8 years ago with Trump? He was actually a Democrat at that point. It wasn't until he bought X and he found out how fucking horrible this country has become with the deep state and social media being in bed with them that he was like, whoa, I was wrong. I was wrong. Trump is on to something here. There is fake news. You know what I'm saying? That's when he slowly joined on to the Trump train. So we can't say that Trump is in the back pocket, or Elon is in the back pocket of Trump, or whichever way it goes, because you would have seen that 8 years ago, and he won 8 years ago without Elon.
Did Elon?
So I'm not understanding what advantage does. What would he be beholden to Elon for?
Did Elon own Twitter 8 years ago?
No.
I did. Listen, you're asking.
He bought Twitter. He bought Twitter literally 3 years ago.
You're asking for what's the incentive?
2 years ago.
You're asking what's the incentive for Trump to. I didn't say necessarily he's beholden to Elon. I'm saying he's funded by Elon.
That's beholden. You playing games with semantics now, bro.
No, I'm not playing games with semantics.
Hold on. You playing semantics now, bro. That is beholden. Go ahead.
No, I'm not playing semantics, because you can support somebody. I can give you $1 million. If there's no strings attached, there's no strings attached. If Elon's giving him money, and what was it like? I don't know. I don't forgot the figures. But if he's giving him money, and it's like you know, I'm supporting you, I want this position, then yeah, that is beholden. That's the beholden. That's my point. These corporations and these individuals that run these corporations, they fund the politics. They're the ones that.
But you're acting like Elon and X is on the side of speech control, censorship.
I didn't say that at all.
But
I didn't say that at all.
I'm not understanding how a person or entity is really a person. It's not even X. It's Elon.
No, it is.
You see the characteristics of Elon and what he wants for America, right? They're all. Would you agree? Good things.
I would agree that there are some good things that he wants, and there's good things on both sides. My issue with the whole.
There are good things on the Kamala side. Name one.
I'm not saying I'm not going to say and defend it. I don't care for that side.
Okay, I understand it, but you said there were good things on the Kamala side too. Well, I can't let you slide that in there, bro, and then just say I can't defend her. What good things are there on the Kamala side?
For women, they're good things for them. That's what they're fighting for. I don't necessarily agree 100%.
What, to have late-term abortion? Because you can have abortion under Trump. You just can't have a 7, 8 month, 9 month abortion.
I don't personally agree, but it could be that's a good thing for them. That you asked me for a good thing, I gave you a good thing.
But that's not a good thing. That's not a good. The good thing is you can have an abortion. It's your right to have an abortion. You can.
Listen, that's what they want. Go ahead. That's a good thing for them. That's what they out in the streets with the fucking pussy hats and all that other bullshit for it. I don't care. My point is, like, this is deviating from my point. My point is the funding of corporations or the individuals like Elon that are getting the kickback of office going into as a cabinet, going to as a cabinet position. These are the things that are issues, because you can look at it like, okay, he wants some good things, but let's be real. Like you always talk about, let's be real. Let's be real. He's not giving Trump money just out of the goodness of his heart. He's doing it for his own ambitions. And I'm not even like I said, on an individual level, cool. That's good. That's great. But I'm looking at this from, this is supposed to be the public good. Now, is that public good? That's the debate you can have.
What ambitions like he's at the tail end of his life, tail end of his career. He's made the guy. I didn't even know he had $500 million in cash, liquid cash. He's a billionaire. What else is there to do? He said it himself.
That's the question.
He said I really wasn't going to run again, but I saw the direction this country was going. I was just going to go off and play golf for the rest of my life. Like, you have to help me understand.
Or you're talking about for Trump. You're talking about for Trump. I was talking about for Elon. For Trump, I mean,
it's even worse for Elon. There is no economic benefit for either of them.
Tesla company is built off of government subsidies.
I understand that.
there is incentive for him. For Trump, I mean, they're coming after him. They came out after him with the cases. He does have an incentive. I'm not saying that's the only reason.
Oh, okay. So you're saying he's running again to save himself from being
that's part
to jail.
That's part of the reason. Another part of the reason I mean, if there's a possibility, he got 75 million votes or 78 million votes last time. I mean, you're arguing that he was cheated last time.
Yes, he lost by 23,000 votes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it looked. This is how he lost. Matter of fact, I just had it up. This is what they did to us last time. Us meaning those who support Trump, because I know you don't support Trump. This is what they did. oh, we need 23. We need 23,000. Oh, okay. There you go. And that's what I think they're going to do again. If we don't get enough votes where the margin is too large for them to just throw in another, 40,000 votes to close the gap.
The margin is large enough, man. The margin's been large enough.
It's not large enough for him to win this time. You're saying
this is not a serious election. I've said it. I wouldn't be so confident. 2 years ago. I said it 2 years ago during the primary. I said if he runs, and I thought he was going to run because of just many reasons, but I said if he runs, barring death, he would be the president. And they tried to kill him twice, supposedly.
Oh wait, you said supposedly, so you don't believe that?
I don't know. I really don't care. I really don't care.
Okay,
he's gonna win.
Okay,
he's gonna win.
He's going to win. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense when you just implemented a candidate. She's wildly unpopular. She doesn't have the economy's bad. It's just not going to add up. But to me, the thing that's missed out of all of this, these campaigns, because they're really just media campaigns. They're media run campaigns. They say they don't get into details. Neither, like I said, neither candidates' policies are strong at all. Kamala's policies are literally Biden's 2021 economic agenda, and they just change a couple details. Like with the housing, the 25,000 housing credit that she
Have you actually looked at Trump? You making that comment makes me think you have not actually looked at Trump's policies.
I've looked at I looked at his policies. In his policies, he's running the same agenda that he did, nearly the same agenda of 2017.
Why reinvent the wheel? If it worked in 2016, why reinvent the wheel, John Hill?
Again, it works.
Bars.
It works for everybody on this channel. Because I don't know about the other
Clay the Great.
Yeah, I don't know about him, but we're all either running a business, we're all entirely in crypto and stuff like that. Individually, it works fine to me.
So why wouldn't you vote for somebody that works in your favor? His policies work in your favor.
How do you fix the world is the way he
I'm not talking about
fixing
the world. I'm not talking about the world.
You talk a lot, man. For real, I just shut up for like 10 minutes.
Okay,
Didn't say a word.
Let him talk, John Hill.
He can talk. He can. If I'm talking about this,
let him talk, John Hill.
No, he got it.
Let him talk, John Hill. Let's go.
No, he got it, man.
Look, John, can I say something though? Look, I had to tell people like this. Whenever I was in Afghanistan, I had a team leader, and I swear to God, if there were certain times whenever we got in situations, I was like, I could pop him and nobody would ever know. I hated this man that much.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
I know the feeling.
There was one time where we got into it was a tight situation, and I looked at him and he told me go, and I just watched this man just lay hate downrange, and I was just in awe, and just he put it all out on the line for me just to get my ass somewhere to safety. And then later on, I got a bunch of awards, just for doing my job, and it was all because of him. So somebody that you could hate can eventually, really get you out of the gym and even look out for you even afterwards. And so I hear a bunch of emotional stuff.
It's not emotion. And who do I hate?
That man know how to listen.
Who do I hate? I didn't say I hate Trump. I more so hate, if I hate anybody, it's more on the Kamala side. I hate everything they try to represent. she's not black. Her policies are trash. They're mostly for the migrants and illegal immigrants that are coming in. Like, I don't hate Trump. I just don't like his economic policies.
Pull the trigger on Trump if it benefits you, then.
That's why I don't understand it. If on an individual level is where it matters most. Round of applause for that. If it affects you primarily, then that should be the most important vote for you, or trigger for you to vote for someone. So you would think that. I know that. I mean, any sane person, self-preservation is rule number one for a human, right?
That's absolutely true. But we're talking about an economy that is unbalanced. A lot of the issues you're talking about, whether it's just in crypto or just broader economy, in the traditional economy, it's because of the economic policies that Trump and Kamala and any other red or blue team candidate is running with. And until those issues are really addressed, you're really not going to have any true stable economy or any real economic growth. I
will agree with you here, John Hill. I don't think Trump, 4 more years of Trump is going to necessarily fix the trajectory we're going with our country. Like, we still have to fix this debt situation. We still have to fix the declining population situation, the housing situation. There's some structural issues there. So I understand where you're saying that. I'm not personally saying, I don't think T. Will is either, saying that Trump is like this panacea or pill that's going to fix everything. I don't agree that's the case.
And that's my point. And that affects, that is going to affect you individually as well. Whether it's directly or as a family member or somebody that's close to you or your community.
But the thing is,
that's the trickle down.
John Hill, the thing is, bro, and you see this comment on the screen here. I don't know what the hell AI Griff is doing. In and out. But Brit VR, he's from the Chi. Okay, he said people are going crazy in the city hall over Brandon Johnson for immigration. So it's topics like that the left are pushing, man, that are so the antithesis of America and what we should be supporting, that it's like when I hear people say, yeah, I don't like Kamala, but I ain't voting for Trump. But when Trump is going to slow this or reverse course on this idiotic behavior that we got going on the subject of immigration, how could I just don't? It's like you're going to indirectly support Kamala.
No, not at all.
Okay,
not at all. And going to this point, because we're talking about Chicago, we're talking about when we talk about Chicago, we're talking about the southwest side. Talking about black areas, talking about the hood. Again, Trump is not going to do anything to change that circumstance, those economic conditions in those communities. He can do it on an individual level, but I'm talking about at the community as a whole. And I asked the question, since 1619, since black people have been in this country, what economic policy has been directly given to the black community? And I'll be honest, I don't think there's has been any.
I just told you it's not an economic policy, but it's it's something that he did directly for black people. Listen, I'm gonna give you another one. No, and this is the biggest one. I don't know. I'm from the hood, bro. I know a lot of people still in the hood, and T. Will probably attest to this. I know my man Clay the Great can. This crime bill thing was, a lot of people I know got out because of Trump, got out early. I can literally name you 3 or 4 people that I know personally that got out of jail because of Trump and his initiative to get this crime bill passed, bro. Like,
that's not an economic policy.
That is it. Oh
no,
my God, bro.
It's not an economic. It's not an economic policy,
bro.
You're talking about
Doesn't the left constantly complain about how prisons are being made for profit, and then here you are saying it's not an economic policy? Like, which one is it, brother? Come on.
It's not a direct economic policy that's going to change the conditions of the current conditions in these communities. It's not. And you know it's not. You're just going to try to argue because you want to make your point sound good and right. I'm not, and I don't care how I'm coming off to you, if you think I'm feeling emotional, whatever. I'm talking about a real economic plan to end mass incorporation.
Trump gave 25. I told you this at the beginning, and Britt is highlighting this again. Trump gave 25 million to historical black colleges. That's not to white colleges. That's to historical black colleges. That's directly.
You're the candidate on the blue side who is Indian went to HBCU. Like,
oh my God, T-Will, bro. What?
Man, I digress, man.
Bro,
I'm from the hood. We don't have these type of conversations.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
No, it's not a problem for real.
No, it is a problem.
I don't argue with people that
because
listen,
weekend right now,
what
bro.
It is, man.
It's not a tweaking. We're in this condition, right? You're in the hood. You're in the hood, right? And you say you
live in the hood,
or you go past the hood,
business in the hood or whatever, right?
You do whatever the case, and you say, "Oh, I see these men, and they just smoking reefer," or you said they were smoking, they ain't trying to do shit. That is the things that you're asking me. No, you're laughing.
No, I'm laughing.
Asking me.
No, I'm laughing at the one's comment. He said, "How many niggas got to HBCUs?"
Yeah, I think
on, y'all. Like,
you're talking about, there's like 13 to 14% of black people go to college.
But you know why this don't make sense to me? No, for real, this ain't funny. No, this ain't even directed to him, because that is what it is. We just don't stick together. It ain't gonna be no policies that are gonna help us. I see all these Mexicans coming in here. They opening up stores. They opening up shops. They all shop together. I went in the Mexican store, man. They shit is higher than Walmart, but they still go in there and they buy that high shit from each other, man. It ain't got nothing to do with no policies. Mexicans are niggas 2.0 done the right way. That's what that is to me.
And Arabs and my Chaldeans. Shout out to my cows.
They're not waiting for the government to come and save them, bro. They just doing their thing. That's our biggest problem. We don't want to stick together. So we can put together all the policies we want, and it ain't gonna help.
So you're saying policies don't matter, but then you're arguing against the
I didn't argue for
no,
nothing.
He's saying that the
nothing.
No, listen, he's saying,
can you listen?
John Hill, he's saying that the policies that you're looking for from the government don't matter.
And asking, can you listen?
But listen, you're arguing.
That's weird, man.
You're arguing for Trump, and the other candidate is their policies is the reason why you have those Mexicans in those communities building those stores and supporting those stores. So you're saying these policies don't matter, yet they directly benefit from those policies. But you're telling me it doesn't matter.
I don't know where you from, but these Mexicans around here ain't benefiting off no policies. They starting off 15 in the house, and then they breaking off. One go get another house, he get 15. They break off one, go get a house, he get 15. There is no policies involved.
Right.
So Trump's major policies is against illegal immigration and against.
I'm not against them. I told you they niggas 2.0. They doing it the right way.
So you're not against illegal immigration.
That's a cultural thing too. You know, they're entrepreneurial.
I don't care, man.
I mean, that's just how.
So you don't care. So why do you vote for Trump then?
See, this is what I'm saying. People like this are weird. Because didn't we say wasn't I the first person to say I didn't vote? I said only person I ever voted for in my life was Bill Clinton.
Do you support Trump?
The first time I had to vote. You see how this guy is weird?
But do you support Trump?
Hey man,
you came on this. I came on this live, and
bro, if you wanted to have an intelligent back and forth, we could do that. But you just want to talk, and I'm gonna let you.
I don't just want to talk.
It's a CB show, so just talk.
I'm talking. I asked you a question. You're not going to answer. Because it didn't make you look bad. I don't care about looking bad. I don't care how somebody perceives me. I'm asking you a question.
Bad?
Because do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How I'm gonna look bad?
Is he going to answer
Yes,
the
he
question?
does. He does, bro.
So
I'm
he's
answering
answering
for him.
for him. So he supports Trump.
Yes, he is.
Then
This
again,
dude a weirdo, man.
I'm the weirdo advocating for economic policies for the Black community, and you're saying we don't stick together, but I'm the weirdo.
But what I'm saying is, John Hill, I've named a couple examples of where he's given us direct. I mean, I've never seen any.
Don't matter, man.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now.
You got to understand. You know the guy that can come in the room, look around, and see who's who. He didn't let you know who he is. It don't matter.
Now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I want to get AI Griff in, but he's having difficulties. I don't know why he's having issues jumping on tonight, because he's got a lot to say. This is a white, I'm gonna call him a white brother from up north in Michigan. He's got a lot to say. I think he wants to go at John Hill on this one, but I'm not sure why he can't get on. Try jumping on your laptop, bro, if you can. That may work. I don't know, man.
Honestly, that's what's wrong with the community. That sentiment right there in the right corner is what's wrong, because it doesn't matter. But you'll sit here and complain about.
No, he's saying you gotta read through the lines, bro. He's saying it doesn't matter to argue with you.
This is what I'm saying. Hold on, this is what I'm saying, and I'm gonna just say it one time so you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying I could tell you a sweet ass bitch ass nigga, and it don't make no difference.
You sure about that?
What I say,
you sure about that?
You gonna be that. So I'm gonna let you be that.
You sure about that, dog?
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying it the nicest, easiest way I can. I digress. You got it, dog. Let him do what he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2024
again
U.S. elections on CB channel.
Right. That's why I say you can't argue with it, man. Just let it be. Shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Just let it be. Just let it be. Because I know dumb motherfuckers like this. They don't know.
So John Hill, tell us about this My Bingo card, because you floated this idea out in the chat in the Telegram room. Is it ready? Do you have a beta prototype, something we can check out? What's going on with that?
Beta is 97% done. I'm just fixing to see the styling.
Okay.
So it should be rolled out.
Is it on Solana?
It's on base.
It's on base. Okay.
It's on base for right now. And then we're going to be rolling out Solana and possibly even runes in the future.
Okay.
It's just a bingo game.
Is it probable? Can we solve your randomness on the blockchain? Are you familiar with what I'm talking about in regards to that? Because that's going to be a concern.
Yeah.
People
I don't have that.
It's not rigged and fixed.
I don't have that part on the blockchain because of that issue. Unfortunately, the blockchain, so the technology hasn't, it's not adequate enough to fix that issue. So I'm keeping that with traditional code. But I mean, the game, everything is functional. It's the smart contract deals with the with the wagers and payouts, and I mean, you can look at the code as far as like the smart contract and stuff like that. So, and it's decentralized. I'm not having players deposit into a centralized entity. Is all just going to be the smart contract. So
I'm gonna talk to you offline on there. If you take a look at these like crypto betting casinos and stuff, they do it there, and maybe you can kind of look at their blueprint and see how they do the where you can solve the probability of it or probability of the randomness or whatever on the blockchain, because that's going to be important. People are going to want that definitely. So it can be done. I don't personally know how to do it. I've just seen examples of that implemented. So we'll talk offline. Appreciate the conversation. Definitely.
Yeah, no
And you're
problem.
more than welcome to stay on. I'm just saying, I'm gonna go ahead and open the link up to everyone in the chat now, so that other people can come in. Just wanted to get the YouTube premium members involved. So we got in family fighting going on between the Crypto Blood YouTube members, but that's all right. We keep it real over here, ladies and gentlemen.
I told you, I'm gonna lay back. Ain't no fighting.
There's really not a fight.
So that's the link. That's the link, guys. Come on in, voice your opinions. Tell us what we're missing or what we on point with. I know the one is all on John Hill's side. So I don't maybe the one you want to come in and give your opinion on everything. But let's go back to the stream and see what PBD is. Well, actually, let's see. Do we have somebody? Thought we had someone come in. I heard the sound. I don't know what happened. All right, so we'll go back to PBD and see what's going on over there. Make sure you hit that like button, share this stream.
You know,
we got about
I look at this election
100
and
people
what's
on
going
X.
on.
Thank you to everyone over on X.
Gangsters and stuff like that.
Make sure you guys repost this.
We were totally different than everybody else. I think Michael could verify this. We know crime. We've done crime. So when I see Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, I know exactly what they do and what they're doing. We've done it on a very small scale. It never hurt the whole country. These people are so greedy that they look at us, no matter whether you're black, Hispanic, white.
This is where we are right now, ladies and gents, with the polls. Trump 178, damn, 199 for Harris, but we still got some majors. 12% reporting for Michigan. Got Kamala up. But we how many do we have locked in here? I thought we had for sure Vermont on Kamala's side and Kentucky and Indiana were pretty much 85% done. Indiana 64% done, but the margin is so high that Indiana is definitely Trump's. Kentucky is Trump's. It's looking like Ohio's most likely going to be Trump. 59% reporting right now with a 10% margin. Pennsylvania so far, wow, they got Pennsylvania. Kamala taking that big time. I'm kind of surprised at that. So yeah, that's where we are with things right now, guys. I know someone just asked. We'll keep posting this throughout the night.
Even get a meeting with a killer for $25,000 today.
That's a discounted price. But Patrick, I have
a discounted price.
I have a question to ask. I have a question to ask everyone. And I really want you to answer me on this. Show of hands or whatever. Joe Biden, the information that I have had 3 racketeering indictments.
AI Griff, can you hear us?
One brought on by Rudy Giuliani. I know that statute.
I think I can hear you.
Out and upside down.
Can you hear me?
Recently, they're accusing
yeah, buddy. You in this bitch, baby. Tell us something good, bro.
About that, Patrick, and I said, no, it's not.
Oh, man. I went up today, first time. Can you guys see am I breaking up?
Great. No, we can hear you, brother. We can hear you.
I don't know about John Hill. I got, I applaud your conviction on that. I disagree, but a lot of the immigrants, man, I've been seeing them a lot. I work out in the public. I've been working for Walmart for about 19 years. I'm always out in the public, and I watch them coming in more and more. I take these little classes on the computer in the back. Newest one, Scroll down, Spanish first, English second. What the fuck is that? I'm watching a lot of it, and I'm seeing, I'm watching a lot of it. I'm seeing the public just, it's going downhill. People are struggling. They can't, and it's just going to shit. So why would I want the next 4 years like the last 4 years? When Trump was in, I hate to say it, but when Trump was in president, money. I was able to save money. Things were inexpensive. I'm just going by personal experience. I don't get on media. I don't TikTok. YouTube is a Discord. But it's all personal experience on what I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think, and this is coming from a person, maybe, I don't know if this is the right question to ask somebody, but do you think Trump's policies in his first term were for minorities? Any policies? Maybe you don't know. I don't know, but I want to just ask that question because that's where we were kind of stuck.
I don't know
with the debate. You don't know. Okay.
I've never known him or to have a racist, he's the most down-to-earth person. He might have said something as a joking around, but you can take this whole stream right here and twist it around.
Yeah, for sure. And John Hill wasn't saying that he was racist or anything. He was just saying that he didn't feel like there were any policies that were directly for the black community. And T. Will's response, if I'm just summarizing it up so everyone can understand, what we've been doing the last hour or some change. T. Will is saying, well, look, why are we looking for a handout from the government in the first place? You should be able to get out there and do your thing. There's enough resources.
I'll take the handout.
You take the handout.
You know how much shit they take from me? I'll take some.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll take the handout.
I hear you.
Let me hold 100.
Go look at your checks. How much? Hey, go look at your checks, love. You ain't.
Well, and that's what I was telling John Hill. It's not his newest policy that we're hearing for this new election is that no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime. AI Griff, it sounds like you might work overtime. I don't know if you do or you don't, but if you do, that's a hell of a man. You talking about 40% of your money going away after overtime.
There's going to be a cap on that. There's going to be a cap on that because I haven't thought about it myself. I was like, shit, I could pay myself $50 an hour and then $100 an hour on overtime.
Yeah,
he gonna cap that shit because there's gonna be too many business guys that's gonna exploit that.
Listen, I'm just a normal person. I might get some overtime if I don't get more than 10, because I'm right on the cusp of they hit me with taxes. I don't have any kids. If I work overtime, I get less than my normal check.
Exactly.
I don't know how it works out like that.
I've seen that happen to people.
Anymore.
Yep. They sure do. I've seen it happen to people, bro. Right. You got to literally do some algebra to figure out how many hours you got to work or not work to make sure you get, it makes sense for you to do overtime. Let's get Drake in the building. I don't think this is Drake from Canada, but 66666. What's going on, Drake? You on the floor. You got the mic, Drake.
Look like he had a game or something.
Drake, we can see you. Hello. Me speaking no English.
I don't think he can hear you.
This man has no idea what's going on.
Hold on, let me make myself full screen so when he look at the screen, he'll see Hey, Drake, I'm talking to you.
You might need to make him full screen.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Shit, I just did the wrong thing. Let me see. Let's see. This nigga's got a reef on his
Please let me see him fire one
door. Mazel tov. Go ahead, bro. Talk.
My charger. Oh.
Drake.
Oh, he trolling.
He trolling. I don't know what's going on with that guy. Let's get over back to Pat Bet David. If he comes back in, we'll have him talk.
I got a few relatives. I'm Middle Eastern. They're in Vegas texting me. Is it a smart bet to bet for this guy from New York that now lives in Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago? Is it a good bet?
Right now, you're in the money betting on Trump.
Chris, any final thoughts before we send you back to News Nation?
I got to tell you, I love it here. I love the team. I'm jealous that I'm not down there with you guys.
Well, we miss you, but Chris, in the flesh or on the Zoom.
Okay, all right, hold on. We got Drake back. Okay, Drake, what's going on, bro?
Now he hella
Hear me?
delayed. If he
Man,
not hearing me say he's true.
I just got off work, bro. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I don't know if you hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh, wait, you on two different strings? What the fuck is this, Nick? Okay, there we go. Drake, you there? What's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. This guy on dial up from AOL. All right. Well, we'll have to get Drake back in here at another time because he's having technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, I just heard a PlayStation fire up. That fool's playing PlayStation.
Drake, man, you can't hear us. This guy's on dial up. All right, so let's get Little Bag Baby in the building. I saw him come in. See, this is what happens when you open it up to everybody. They start, Little Bag Baby, what's going on, baby?
Gentlemen, what's going on this great evening tonight? How's everybody doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Tell us something good.
Man, I can't wait till this shit is over. It feels like this has been the longest 3 months of wasted time in TV. I can't stand this. Kamala repeating herself. Trump sounding like Trump. And honestly, I'm with you guys. I really have no preference for either.
Oh, he just dropped off. I don't know what happened there.
It feels like we're in a custody battle and we're trying to figure out if mom's going to get us or if dad's going to get us.
I'll say this. I may sound sexist, but I'm sorry. I couldn't have no woman as my commander in chief. You call me what you want, but it is what it is. I ain't taking no woman, bro.
And to be honest with you, I think a lot of people feel that way, bro. They might not say it like you, Clay the Great, but you got a lot of people that feel that way.
How does anybody as a man look at
agree.
their son? Look at your son. Hey, I'm gonna send you to war with that woman as your leader. Bro. That's weak. That's weak. It's beta male. That's low T energy for sure.
So all right, we got Drake. We got Drake in the building.
Call me what you want, but
he look a little darker than you.
Listen to him back in the podcast.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people feel that way, bro. They might not say it like you.
You heard? I guess Drake ain't never been on a podcast stream before. Because
I think he's behind the stream because he's playing old, like we were talking about before.
He's
watching the stream, but he's not on the actual.
So Drake, you got to stop watching the stream or turn it down on your TV and then just listen to your yourself on the device that you're coming in.
I got
to the stream. What you say, AI?
I have an honest question for you guys. Kamala is for or against women in men and women's sports?
She's for the men and women's sports. She's for the
for
trans community.
Yeah, she's for it, bro.
And all that crazy shit. Yeah, she's with
Yep.
it.
She's for it.
So
and
that
you see,
means
they never asked her
wants
that
to-
question though during all those interviews.
Because that's the end of female sports. Then I hate to say it, but it just is what it is.
Of course. Of course. Absolutely. And you got people literally voting for this shit, bro. You literally got people voting for Kamala. I don't to me, honestly, it seems like a huge ass MK Ultra experiment where they've literally brainwashed people in mass. That's what it looks like to me.
About this backwards. Am I thinking about this backwards? So Kamala, they want to make abortion legal, right? Federally, bam. And make it to the. And then all these women are saying, I don't want the government with my body. If federal law, government getting into their shit, their body.
But it's for them and how they see it. They're going to rationalize it like, oh, well, it's something that we agree with, so it's cool. But if they don't get their way, then it's, I want the government out my decisions or whatever.
Can you hear me? I swear I'm not trolling.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I just got off work. So the host muted my mic. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you now.
But it's for them and how they see it. They're going to
There we go.
like, oh,
Justin, Drake, we can hear you.
He's a good 60 seconds behind us.
But I don't understand how he's behind on his phone too, though. That's the crazy part. All right, we're gonna have to boot Drake. But yeah, to your point, AI Griff, yeah, that's exactly what they want. Now, what the media is doing though, is a little bit of, I would call, it could be either or. It could be disinformation or misinformation. I don't know which one it is, but they're acting like Trump wants to eliminate abortions altogether. No, Trump just wants to go forward with the Roe v. Wade verdict that was shot down. Just continue that forward. So Trump's stance is to continue on how we are already going, the path where it's at the state level. Each state gets to, figure out what is a late term abortion and what isn't, and all of that. So they're really making a non-factor out of something that
it's the same way how they did the marijuana laws to the state. They let the state pick what the laws were. It's still federally illegal.
No, now it's not that anymore. So it's the opposite now with the abortion. So it's not a federal issue anymore. It is now a state issue. Marijuana is still a federal issue. A class A or class, what is it? Class A drug, class A drug, at the federal level.
They just recently bumped it down one.
Oh, they bumped it down. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, that's where the whole abortion thing is right now. It's really a non-factor, bro. They're making it a factor, and it's not even really a factor, because even if she gets in, John, she can't change what the Supreme Court did.
The only thing she can do is try to advocate for a law to make it federal. and you don't have the Congress.
And they just knocked it down. The Supreme Court just made it unfederal, basically.
I think the only thing she can do is make it to where there's more judges included. Remember that being a big
she could try to add more than 9 justices, right?
But that would take a constitutional amendment, and again, you have to go through the Senate and the House. No, what they can do is what they can do is pass a law to make it, a federal issue where you can get abortion in any state. But Obama could have did that in his first term, but he didn't. It wasn't a priority. So a lot of these Democrats that are out here talking about, abortion rights, I mean, they don't bring that up because they don't really pay attention to policy. But, according to T. Will, policy don't matter. So.
Still shooting this little 20.
I'm going to shoot all night, man. I'm going because that was a crazy statement. That's a crazy
all them nights when he said,
that's not what he, John Hill. That's not what he was saying, bro.
That's what he said. That's what he said. He said it don't matter.
That's an interesting interpretation.
You missed.
Well, I didn't miss anything, bro. I asked directly. I asked directly 5 times. I asked, so policy doesn't matter, and he said it don't matter. So I'm going to take it as word.
I don't want to argue with a sweet man. I don't want to do that. That's all. I was doing it as respectful as possible, bro. You couldn't see that. I digress. You got it. It was like, man, I don't talk tough on the internet, man. I don't
talk to you anywhere, dog. Straight up. You can think all you want.
I don't think nothing, man. You got it.
Yeah, I do got it.
We got. Well,
you got it, man.
You got Walt calling Elon gay, so I guess T. Will can call John Hill gay. Round of applause for that.
This motherfucker, he's dumb as hell. Like this is, like I said, this is the shit that, and I don't take no offense.
A dumb guy. I never claimed to be smart, did I?
You can be dumb and make money. It don't matter. This is America. It don't matter. That don't take intellect. I'm talking about
it don't take.
And you said it don't matter. Money. And then when I bring it up, then you say you flip it. Because
legally at least, it don't take intellect to make money. You got it.
It don't.
Where's my phone at?
Yeah, where T. Will phone at so he can call in an airstrike on your.
You don't got no juice.
He say T. Will ain't got no. Hey man, I know you in Jersey. I don't know where in Jersey, but don't fuck with them St. Louis people. Listen, they right there with us on the Detroit level, bro.
I ain't on no tough shit, man. I ain't on that.
This ain't no tough shit. This ain't no tough shit. Like you say what you saying. Back it up.
Are you thinking it's going to be a landslide victory tonight? Where are you at?
This is what I know. I know the Democratic Party is the evilest organization in the history of the world.
Amen.
I know they've been the party of slavery from 1800 to 1860.
Amen.
The party of the Confederacy from 1860 to 1865. The party of Jim Crow from 1865 to 1965.
Man.
And now they're the party of Marxism, communism, transgenderism, abortion up to the 9th month, castrating little boys, calling them little girls.
Wow.
They are evil institutions. They'll do anything to win. Anything. We have to know that and understand that. The whole movement was necessitated because the Democratic Party has been stealing elections for 100 years.
Wow.
That's not hyperbole.
Facts.
That's a fact. They were for 100 years they were doing all types of literacy tests, intimidation, murder. This is their game. They're masters at it. And even right now, they do ballot harvesting. Souls to the polls, Ballot looking at a pork chop sandwich, street money, whatever it takes to win, they will win. They will try it, but that's not going to happen tonight. You know why? Because we're ready for it. They're going to try it, but it's not going to happen. We're watching, we're ready, we're prepared. They're going to try it, but the margins are going to be so loud, they're going to be so far, they're going to be so wide, they're going to have to sit down and they're going to have to give up on it.
Amen. By the way, this is very important. Do you mind if I tell them your brother, your family? Are you okay if I?
Oh no, we'd love to.
So let me tell you guys. Vince's brother is a Fortune 50 CEO. Is it fair?
Yes, Fortune 50.
His brother is the CEO of Lowe's for the last 6 years. You guys ever heard of Lowe's?
That's right.
His brother is the
Hold on, Pat, I'm sorry. You guys were supposed to do my cabinets last week and nobody showed up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're funny.
I'll deal with this later.
So-
I'll give him a call for you.
Yeah, so,
When I was speaking, your brother and I were having a conversation, and you and I were having a conversation. My curiosity was, what values and principles did your parents raise you to produce these types of kids? Take us back to when you were 6 years old, 8 years old, 12 years old, 14 years old. I'm at the dinner table with your mom and dad. If I have a camera to see what the conversations were like, what did your mom and dad tell you to raise these two?
So I'm a mute it right there. So how do you guys feel about what the gentleman said about the Democratic Party?
Sound good to me. Sound like facts.
I mean, he's not lying
He's not lying.
at all.
He literally is not lying. But yet, black folks, I don't know why, we got it in our mind, T. Will.
Well, we got dumbass rednecks believing the same stuff too, brother.
Yeah, you got rednecks as well. But T. Will, how do we continually vote for that party?
Hey man, most of us is our mama's son. We don't know our daddy. We don't have no type of discipline, so I mean, it is what it is, man. Straight up. You can't help it.
John Hill, what's your take on what the gentleman said about the Democratic Party?
I mean, it's mostly true, but you kind of you didn't put in the realignment. But you can think MLK, 1960 election. JFK called MLK and when he was arrested, and ever since then, blacks have been voting for Democrats overwhelmingly since then. That's the reason.
It's really been since Lyndon B. Johnson. Yeah,
Right,
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, but 1960 was the catalyst because that showed that the Democratic Party was going to support civil rights, and so 1960 they pushed there's an argument that it was stolen because of Illinois, but that's another discussion. But ever since that call, blacks have been overwhelmingly voting Democrat. And that's your realignment and for civil rights. And economically, you still haven't got any type of policy that has benefited the community. And that's the major issue. You can have any rights. You can have any rights. The women can have all their abortion rights. The trans people can, dunk on all the women all they want. If you don't have no money, it doesn't fucking matter. And that I advocate for black people having money in the community.
Aren't we like some of the biggest consumers?
Yes.
No.
We are the biggest.
How are you the biggest consumer and you're the less? You hold the least amount of wealth.
For that very reason, John Hill, because we spend it all on consumer good. Man, what is wrong with you, bro? What is going on?
Right.
I'm trying to understand.
Not right.
Are you trolling tonight?
No, because you're talking in tropes. You're talking in tropes. Go ahead, G. You're not gonna go.
Go ahead, AI Griff.
If he's not gonna go, all right.
I think there's a lot of black people that hold wealth. They hold more wealth.
Yeah, I don't know where you live. I live in Louisville right now, and
They might spend more, but they hold wealth.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So,
AG, how
I see plenty of black millionaires too. So I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so crypto or I can't see his name.
I want to know when we're gonna quit talking about black and white shit and who's what. Are just both
that ain't
wealthy?
gonna stop, man.
Why we gotta
That's how the
argue
country
about
was built. That's how the country was built. We're always going to talk about it.
At the end of the day,
I mean, we talking about it, but I don't think we like them crackers, them niggas.
Yeah,
talking about
there ain't no hating this
black
thing
and
here.
white. Yeah, it's not a hateful conversation.
Not at all.
It's constructive.
Not at all. Not
But
at all.
Right.
No. So to Clay the Great in AI, your experience of the black status is anecdotal.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Griff
seen
got
both.
a little bit of delay too.
I've seen both.
AI is delayed too. Go ahead, Clay.
Yeah, I've seen both. I grew up in both the trailer park and the projects. I've seen both. I've seen extremely rich, well-off black folks. I've also seen just as poor as me and my family. So I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of what it boiled down to is what T. Will was saying earlier about families and being married to their mothers. I know a lot of the kids who were more successful or stayed out of trouble typically had both parents around, stuff like that. A lot of this stuff, you could sit here and say, what are you gonna do for the black people? What are you gonna do for the black people? Man, look, from a white guy, I would look at my own family and be like, what the fuck would you do for yourself before you can sit there and pull yourself up out of there? It's just real.
I got a question.
Hey, man, yo, you see this comment? Yo, hold on. Yo, you see this comment? This for you, John Hill. Real niggas don't use the word trope.
Again,
thank you for that, Bob. Thank you for that. Okay,
Listen,
continue,
I had a question
John Hill.
For both of those. Before, because they made comments. So, what's the average wealth of the black family in America?
Hold on.
Man, bro, you be asking these questions like we supposed to have this shit off the top of our head, bro.
But this is not
Go back, baby. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
listen.
talk.
I do want to
it's
touch
like
in
58K.
I do want to touch in one obvious fact, gentlemen. For us to spend so much money, you got to get it from somewhere to be able to spend it. So if we're able to put those trillions, whatever the figure is, on an annual basis for whatever holidays, parties, family get-togethers, people are earning that money somehow, somewhere to be able to spend it. So I can't really say, we're this race is that far off from that race, but at the same time, the stats can't lie. You know what I mean?
The stats don't lie and show that our wealth is well below our white counterpart. So we got to understand the difference between rich and wealthy, or having making money and building wealth. They're two different things. So in our community, we make a lot of money, but we don't build wealth with the money that we make. So that's the disconnect, in my opinion. Go ahead, John Hill.
The difference between income and wealth. Now, T. Will said that it was 58,000 was the average wealth in America. From the last time I looked up the facts, it was around like 18 and 19,000 for a typical black family, and for a typical white family, it was 240,000.
Them numbers skewed as a mother.
What?
Whoa,
that's from the Federal Reserve.
What?
No,
250.
I wish.
Bro, 250 is considered 1%.
Oh man. That's
do you see why I have my stance? Because I'm not sitting here, like I said, I don't talk about me individually. We're talking about politics. We're talking about policy. We're talking about what affects the public good. When you talk, just look at it from a apolitical or from an individual perspective. Yeah, vote for Trump. Go ahead. He's cool. He's gonna help me out. He's gonna pump crypto. But when we're talking about it as a collective, you talk about as a community, his policies don't shrink that gap.
Just like you said,
that's my point.
With collective in the community. You saying everything else, but right there, the community is where it starts, bro. You can't put no policies in play, bro. You just gotta fix yourself from your own household on up.
So you say you can't put no policies in place to do that. So what do you think the New Deal was? See, like when we're gonna have a conversation, like I understand a lot of people don't look into history. They don't look into economic history. They don't look how we got here. They just, oh, I feel this way, or I'm doing good, or I'm talking about something that I researched. There's something that I study.
I think
this ain't no.
Most of us men got to stop listening to the women around us, our mamas, our grandmothers. Just being honest, because these are the same people that told me that white people gonna hold you back and we need policies and racism. And once I let all that stuff, I don't listen to that no more. All of a sudden, life got easier, man. It wasn't the community. It wasn't the policies. We have a curse put on us that's steadily being taught to us. It's sick, man.
And I hate to sound misogynistic, but it's because women are led by their emotions, and goes to Clay the Great's statement that he can't never vote for a woman commander in chief, because I don't know why his reasons were, but he said that he would never be able to do that because she's a woman. Vote for Kamala because she's a woman. But I mean, it just is what it is. Men are stronger than women. That's why men don't belong in women's sports. And you know, I think from a leadership standpoint, especially on the national level like this, I think I don't know, bro. I don't know if a woman is the right choice for America. I just don't know.
So again, I'm going to ask, what did the New Deal do to white wealth? Because I'm not talking about women. I'm not talking about who's leading the household. I'm not talking about what somebody told me when I was younger. My mom been dead since '97.
We creeping up on all-time highs.
Hey, let me get over to that. Thanks for pointing that out.
Again, I ask these questions, and like I understand people don't do research. They just go about what they feel. And then they'll say, oh, that's not what I feel. It's just, you know, this person told me this, and when I did this, everything just got easier.
Did
It's all
anybody
huffing and
disagree
puffing.
that there's help for certain people? Did anybody on this panel say no? White people ain't getting help.
I think we just passed all time.
I don't think nobody did that.
Highs, ladies and gents. Wow, that's a Trump. That looked like a Trump win, don't it?
Yeah.
I should have put in one of them 100x longs.
Yes, you should have. Yes, you should have. Look at that, man. Wow. So that is awesome. Things are looking bullish right now. And I'm gonna go back to really quick. We can finish this conversation. I'm gonna be streaming all night, so we can finish this conversation if y'all gonna be around. But I wanted to go back to Pat Bet because they were going over some of the results. So let me go back to that part real quick, and we can resume this conversation.
Like, I think the worst thing to be. What do we?
Wait, are they calling Pennsylvania?
No. Tom, are you guys calling? You're not calling Pennsylvania yet. That's just 42% reporting.
Okay. Yeah.
42%. They just threw everybody off. Hang on one second. But do you have an update for us?
It's very quick. Very quick. He is just.
Tom, we can't hear you, buddy.
Tom,
Mike,
hold up. I'll give him
closer
my
to you.
mic.
Hang on. Guys, if Tom uses the mic, Tom talks dirty to his wife very softly. We have to raise the audio with Tom. Tom's method of talking dirty is soft. Please know it by now. Respect his game. I'm sorry, Tom. On behalf of our crew here, take over. Go ahead.
Bailey and Brooke, I am so sorry.
That's his two daughters. Shout out to Bailey going to Rice, but go ahead, Tom.
So, as you can see, it's only 42% reporting, but as you can see, as the vote comes in Pennsylvania, he is now half a point up, and in Georgia...
Stop.
And in Georgia, 79% is reported.
Well, that's a win for Georgia.
79%.
That's a win for...
But there's a lot of votes coming in from Atlanta, and so he's got just under a 6-point lead right now with a lot coming in.
Go ahead and rig them, Democrats.
It's looking better every minute.
Tom, just don't overpromise, underdeliver. There's 2,000 people here that are going to chase after your red Ferrari outside. I just want you to know this. They know what you drive.
Numbers scream, and we've got a lot of good numbers coming.
All right, okay. But by the way, while we're doing this, I want to go back to Candace. Rob, can you do me a favor? Can you go on YouTube? Watch this, folks. Let me show you what's going on and what you're part of right now. This is YouTube. First, show how many people we have right now live concurrent so we can compare ourselves to everybody else. How many do we have? 191,000 people. Already a few million people have watched tonight's live broadcast. But why don't you go back, Rob, and show everybody else on the homepage comparing us to everybody else. Go all the way to the top. Zoom in a little bit so we can see it. If you can zoom in. So let's see. No, I can't see the one on the left. NBC, got it there at the top. What else do you see if you go a little bit lower for live? Go a little bit lower, Rob. Who else do we see? Where's ABC at on that side? Got it. Who else you got if you go a little bit lower? Who else do you see? Election night. AP, 200,000. Okay. By the way, we're ahead of, there's this organization called Daily Wire. Nobody here used to be part of that organization. Daily Wire's got about 100,000 people on. Great job to Daily Wire. Megyn Kelly killing it with 115,000 people watching. You got ABC News, 67,000 people watching ABC News. What else we got here? NBC, 160,000. Good for them. Tucker's at 132. Who else we got? A bunch of other guys. Fox News, 62,000. PBD Podcast tonight, 190,000 because of you.
It's amazing.
And the guests that are here with us. By the way, 62,000. If PBD Podcast you want things to change, I'm telling you, we're right now trending at number 15 on Twitter. Go on Twitter and just tweet out, watching PBD Podcast. Post it on Twitter. Everybody is watching to see what the hell is going on tonight. With that being said, Candace Owens, please continue. You were saying earlier.
Well, I was also going to say that the celebrity endorsements, I think, are now hurting. I have to say, this was the first year where I was...
So, what do y'all? So, I was watching. I don't know what I was watching, but the game is definitely changing as far as what he was talking about, like media, mainstream media, podcasts, platforms like PBD. This is going to be the new political circuit, right? It already is, and I think Trump got out there ahead of Kamala. She was trying to be Kamala's Sleepy Joe 2.0 and stay in the basement and not do interviews. And Obama gave her that call, like, you got to get out there and do some podcasts. How do you guys feel about podcasts being an integral part going forward for these political campaigns?
I know they're primary. The only way you get direct access to your clients is through who they listen to, who they follow, who they go to on a normal basis. If you want to increase your revenue or sales, you increase your reach and content to the people who actually use your products and services. So if any politician actually want to have a true touch to the people, they need to come to the podcast and YouTube or another live streams, or else their message will never be heard in a true form. It's just going to be clipped and cut and fed through the media that we always normally get.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Rice TVX in the building. Now, Rice, man, go ahead. If you have time, I don't know where you are. If you can jump on real quick and give us, we're going to go watch your video, but if you can give us just a quick run through or rundown your experience going to vote. You voted for Trump. I'm not shocked at all. But yeah, if you want to jump on, let us know.
If I had to vote, if somebody put a gun in my head and said you gotta vote, I would have voted for Trump. But the fact is I didn't vote. I don't feel like I had to.
Yeah. Missouri is a blue state, right?
No, we red. You know.
Oh, y'all red.
What Rick Ross say? We got the most guns in the United States right here.
And there you go. Okay, so you're a solid red. Okay, I never paid attention to Missouri like that. So yeah, Memories of Mike said we hit 75K. Yeah, we busting, guys. I'm up 800% on my Doge trade that I posted earlier today. I was on a long. I caught that bad boy right on the dip. So that's looking good. Let me go back over to the charts really quickly and see what we got. Actually, first, let me share screen and then go over to the charts and see what's going on here. So as you guys can see, we did break all-time highs. Round of applause for that. Minor pullback.
Hold on. CB, did you get out the game? You said you was cutting out, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm out.
Ah, man.
I'm out. But if I get back in with my actual bag, I'll be down. But I'm gonna wait for a pullback. I might actually be able to get back in where I got out. Hopefully, it's a tricky game. I don't want to risk it, but we'll see, man. We'll see. If I don't, hey, it's all good. I lose 8%. I was up for a little bit there, but it's not over yet. The fat lady ain't sung yet, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to tell you, I'm still of the belief there's something gonna happen, y'all. I'm just, we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I don't see
You
it.
don't see it. All right.
I didn't see it in the markets either. That's another reason why I've been extremely confident that Trump will win. If you look at like Tesla's chart, it's like an inverse head and shoulders on the large
Tesla, but Tesla came out with huge earnings that surprised everyone last week, I think.
That was last week. Yeah, but besides that, I mean, like I said, it's the inverse head and shoulders. I mean, the target is like, I forgot, it was like 400 or something like that. But Trump wins, any asset associated with it is going to pump. Like,
shout out to Magic. Yeah, shout out to Magic Internet Money. He's in the building. I saw him. Just wanted to say that real quick. That's my guy. He's an awesome trader. Go ahead.
Now, Coin Music Cat, I'm just looking at the comments. I'm not trolling. Like I said, I advocate for Black people and mostly economics. It's not going to be. I really don't care about these.
No, the thing, you know, Coin Music Cat. I almost agree with you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because John Hill was successfully able to, and this goes back to Rice TVX. He's in the building. We had Barabbas T. Will. I don't know if you remember the guy Barabbas. He's the what is he, John Hill? He believes in sovereign.
Oh, the sovereigns. I don't want to call him sovereign citizen because he said he wasn't. But he was
whatever, right?
He was on that realm. He's on that sphere.
And we're talking about COVID and stuff, right? And you went in on him.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous. It's bullshit. Just like T. Will. It's like people have this sentiment.
I don't understand what bullshit about T. Will. What is he? What did he say?
Man, keep shooting this shot. Got on a bulletproof vest, man. He just wasting his ammo.
It's really. It's not even a shot. It's just truth. It's not a shot. It's just truth. I'm just like, you make a stand. You say something, and then when it doesn't favor you, you rave it back to, oh, I didn't say that. But regardless of that,
anybody in the audience, I please ask you to rewatch the beginning of this stream when it first started, and I guarantee you, I talked every bit of 3 minutes, and John Hill talked every bit of 30 minutes. Watch it.
Yeah, this is very true.
30 more minutes.
I didn't say you couldn't see how he arguing. I said that. If I wasn't talking that long, how could I say it?
You undermined your whole point when you say policy don't matter. And I ask you 5 times, and you say,
I got.
No, the conversation doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the conversation, right. John Hill. That's what I kept telling you. It went over your head. He little bag baby.
I don't agree with that either. It didn't go over my head. I don't agree with it.
Little bag baby. What you got to say, bro?
I got a question, John. So
what's up?
Starting the left and the right. When we had our black plan or whatever that was with Ice Cube and the other.
Oh yeah.
No one wanted to sit down. Right?
But Trump.
No one just even showed us a bit of respect. So
good point. Good point.
Why would you partake in such a travesty of an election when they don't even hold your vote as something that they even want to sit down and talk about?
I told you they didn't even vote. On the last stream I was on, I was in the comments and he asked me, do I believe in the American political system? I don't believe in it. Like, I don't believe in its current structure. I'm not even talking about playing within the current structure. I'm just talking about being aware of what's going on economically and then putting that energy behind that to start forcing some economic policies that will benefit the community. We didn't even get into that because we get people like T. Will that just don't want to hear nothing that his mom had told him when he was 3. It's dumb. It's dumb. And this is why you got to have the conversation. Because if we don't have the conversation, you never get to my point. You
He's
never get to
probably
a point
college educated.
Oh, you can hear in his voice. He's college educated.
I'm dropped out.
Right.
Oh, you keep believing that. Keep believing it. I've been everywhere, though. Like literally everywhere. Keep believing that, though.
You know why I like to say I'm a high school dropout? Because that should be easy for anybody to understand that if you put your foot down, you put your nose to the grind, you can get it.
I commend you for that.
Anybody. It's not to be commended. It's for everybody to understand that you can get it. You can do
it. Your political views are elementary. Like that's
okay. That's fine. That's fine.
That's cool. That's cool with you. That's cool with me. But
so, little bag baby, I don't know. I heard your question right to John Hill, and it sounded like you thought that John Hill was voting for Kamala or the Democrats. Is that where you?
Well,
I know you. Is that what you were kind of saying?
A bit, to a degree. My main point is, so if we're not even being held accountable or even included in the election process as far as what we want or what we consider valuable to us, why would you consider that either candidate would even be pro-black in any form or fashion when they don't even want to sit down and talk to us?
I never said any candidate was pro-black. And the reason why
well, hold on though. Hold on. Let me just say this real quick, because little bag baby brought up a good point, but I don't think he understood the point that he brought up, that Trump did sit down with Ice Cube.
That is true.
Yeah. Trump did sit down with him. He was the only one that would sit down with him. Nobody on the left side.
The black folks they went in on Ice Cube.
Yeah, they went in.
How the hell you gonna talk to Trump?
We retarded. I listen. I ain't got no faith in us right now.
You know why? You know why they went on him? Because the same reason why T. Will is just saying, "Oh, you sweet" and all this other bullshit. Because when it comes to politics, black people. When it comes to politics, black people are elementary when it comes to politics. That's why we don't have any leverage. We have no leverage because no matter what the Democrats say, they just run in and vote for Democrat. Oh, well, because if we don't vote for the Democrats, we're gonna go back 100 years. That's why.
Well, you say you're educated, but you still ain't voting. So what good is all that education doing? I mean, you ain't doing.
Did you not just hear what I answered your question already though? I said you got to get leverage. To get leverage, you got to be educated. You got to understand what the fuck.
Yeah, and you claim you're educating, you ain't doing shit.
Again, why would I go out here and advocate for either side when either side is not advocating for you?
But you just said earlier that Trump was advocating for the things of your interest, crypto, business. That's what you said.
Yeah. Again, that's individually. That's an individual. I'm talking about the collective. Do you see the difference now? Because that's the disconnect we're having. When you talk about on an individual level, a personal level, his policies affect me positively because I'm in crypto. When we talk about the collective, when we're talking about getting economic resources to the community, he doesn't have a plan.
But don't you, and I said this earlier, do you not vote for your self-preservation first? Then you worry about community. Yourself, whatever interests align with yourself. That's who you're supposed to be supporting.
That's an individual. That's your individual belief.
So you put community before self.
I put myself first because I'm in the community.
So if you put yourself first, how do you not support a candidate that is aligning with your self-interest?
Because regardless if I vote for him or support him or not, I'm going to be fine. But the collective.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. You're pro-black. You're a business owner. If you vote for Trump, you're going to get policies that are going to help empower you, and I'm sure you're going to help empower other black people. What the hell are you doing? Why are you slipping? Why are you not doing something about it? It doesn't make sense to me. Because I mean, look at it from a team perspective.
John Hill might be anything for clicks. I'm about sure T. Will. All this time, this whole fucking time, John Hill is anything for clicks.
John Hill is John Hill.
I think at one point all of us been a little bit pro-black.
Yeah, he's trolling. AI, he's trolling us. I'm positive.
I just said again. I asked again, what economic policies does Trump have for the collective black community?
Bro, we've already gone through this. I can't spend more time on this.
Let's just say more than Kamala. How about that?
If you can't name them, then there's no.
But I went through.
You said HBCUs. You said 25 million.
What'd you say? The First Step Act too? When people got
the first step, bro. That's the biggest one for people of color in the city. We
didn't say
know how the
nothing about
judicial
opportunity
system.
zones. Never brought that up.
Opportunity zones that are we can get into opportunity zones that the actual details of opportunity zones, or you just want talking about it's in the black community, because it doesn't benefit 99% of the black community. It benefits developers.
I think the thing that John Hill needs to do is he need to put together an act or something and then present it, and then it might make sense. But just the way he's talking, it don't make no sense. If he actually got some pinpoints and a PowerPoint, he might be able to make it make sense.
Yeah, I got to dumb it down.
Just don't.
I got to dumb it down.
You got to dumb it down for guys like me.
Because you're a high school dropout, which ain't no problem with that. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. You can make your money.
Hey, but a high school dropout doesn't measure intellect, though, John Hill.
I'm not measuring intellect. I'm just talking about we're getting into policies. We're getting into what needs to be talked about. The problem with the American political system, it's very dumb. And this is why we get these type of candidates. And this is why we get these type of, this is why the Democrats are voting for Kamala. Because we get, with the Democrats, it's all about identity. It's all about, this person's black and she's a woman and she's for you because she has your representation. And with the Republicans, it's always about personal finance. And all the while, both parties are controlled by corporations, and the wealth gap continues to grow. And
just denounce your citizenship and move to one of those countries that is socialistic. Then Sweden, Denmark.
I'm not even talking about. I'm not talking about socialism.
But they're for the people, though. They'll give you everything you want.
Because it's funny. It's funny when it comes to corporate socialism. Nobody says shit. But when I say and advocate for policies for the black community, it's move to a different country that got socialism. That's some carrot ass shit. Like, okay. You sit here and pay taxes. I pay taxes. You pay taxes, right? Some of this pay taxes.
I'm not complaining. No, that's the difference.
This ain't even complaining. This. I'm just saying what it is. See, there's a difference. Like, again.
Hey, John Hill. Do you think it matters who gets in the presidency? Really, not the people that are controlling everything. And maybe is that one reason maybe why you didn't vote, because it didn't really matter?
John Hill is an antagonist, and he's caught in a default death loop.
Yeah.
There we go.
Shout out to Rice. Shout out to Rice.
Rice.
Mr. Rice.
What's up, everybody?
What's your boy at, man?
Who?
My boy.
He's talking about Barabbas. Barabbas.
He's recovering.
Oh,
well, Restream kicking everybody, ain't it?
Man, this shit, man. I might have to move to another platform. It's crazy.
I do want to ask a question of the gentleman, of everybody on the panel.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird, man. Like, somebody doesn't want me to be on the stream.
I see. So tell us, walk us through your eventful historic day, Rice. You voted for Trump.
Yeah, but it wasn't today. I did it a week ago, this past Thursday.
Okay, so
I told you a little bit that's been going on in my personal life, and my significant other, I'm not sure if she chose to vote, but she told me she was going to vote for Harris, which that caused problems. And I figured, well, if I vote,
oh man, Restream, what is going on tonight? Let's see if we can get him back in.
Rice got to get off that Android and switch to an iPhone.
Hey, I'm Android, man. I don't know about all that. Let's see here. Okay, here we go, Rice.
Okay, this is a little ridiculous. I turned my Wi-Fi off just in case. I don't know. So I am on my phone. So whoever the fuck doesn't want me to be here, I'm here, and I'm gonna make sure I'm here if I have to get on my computer. Okay, so I had to zero out the vote. Is basically what I was getting down.
Okay,
so,
okay, I got you.
Okay, so it's like I said don't vote because it'd just be.
Rice phone is compromised, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, me and
or it's Restream. Restream might be compromised.
Uh-oh.
Damn. AI Griff, we breaking up, bro. I didn't hear what you said. You and your wife did what?
We voted for Trump. My parents voted for Harris, so I had to go cancel their shit out.
My dad voted for Harris, man. It's sad. And my mom, she didn't tell me who she voted for, which I don't know how to take that. Like, whatever. It doesn't matter. It looks like anyway, we doing the damn thing over here. Let's get back over here to the stream, and when Rice gets back in, we'll tune him back. Tune him back up. Let's see here. What we got?
You stuttered 5 times. Did something make you nervous, or what was that?
No. Basically, she's underperforming what the Democrat Joe Biden did in
Maricopa County.
In Maricopa, in Phoenix.
Can you go to 2020? Can we see 2020 Trump at Maricopa or no?
I don't know if it's going to swing, but it's tight. And so right now we've got a 57% chance. Because if you look at the stuff that hasn't reported, we know where that is, and it's correct.
I got it.
So we've got about 34 minutes before more polls close and we get to the West Coast. But we have one other quick update.
Jill Stein is closing in. I'm just telling you guys right now. Jill Stein is making a comeback.
Wisconsin. You look at Wisconsin. There's a lot of city left in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
But
damn.
Let's go, baby.
Trump taking Wisconsin.
Tom, are you able to go back to the overall presidential odds? Overall presidential odds. It was the last screen you were just there.
Right there.
Not on the state. No, it was this pre.
Well, from what I had, Michigan was blue. Let's go over there real quick. So I'll do a refresh just to make sure. And this is coming from Google, so you take it how you may. But
look like it's trending red.
You're right. Let me see. Let me go back to show all states. So it's tight. They got Kamala up right now with only 22% reported. So it's still early. We can't come to any conclusion there. Michigan is like the rural Michigan, and AI Griff can attest to this. Rural Michigan, the rest of Michigan is pretty much red. It's always been that way. It's just that you got Detroit, Wayne County. Let me see something here, because
all rich neighborhood.
This is interesting. Well, this is interesting because if I'm seeing this correctly, it looks like Wayne is going red, and then we have, I don't know how they got this. I don't know how they got this cut up right now. In the state of Michigan, because that looks like Wayne might be red. Oakland County looks blue, and what's that? Macomb County looks blue. That's strange. Oakland County is usually red, so I'm not understanding that. You said Grand Rapids. You're surprised at Grand Rapids? You're right.
Yeah.
That's big. That's DeVos area. That's Republican land. Exactly. That's strange.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, bro.
What's the percent of those counties? Like, how much have they actually counted in those counties?
So it doesn't give does not give me the breakdown on that. But again, only 22% has been counted. So. I didn't know that. And of course, Wayne County has the biggest Muslim community in the country. So
yeah, but Muslims in that state weren't going for Kamala.
No,
they endorsed Trump.
No, they endorsed Trump.
Yeah, but the polling was showing that the majority Muslim vote in Michigan was going to Joe Stein, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to the stream here, though, fellas. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share this stream. Jump in if you would like. I will drop the link again in the chat room. And actually, I'm going to go pin it in the comment section right now of this video, too. Let's get it.
Clap to the Polish people and our law enforcement, because unfortunately, one of our soldiers was killed with the spear by illegals by the border, at the border, right? He was killed with the spear. We built the wall. Mr. Trump was a great inspiration, but they managed to kill one of our soldiers. So what we did in a parliament, we passed the law that we can use live bullets now. If you are trying to cross Polish border illegally, if you want to attack our soldiers, you will be killed. Amen. What's happened? The numbers of illegals dropped. What we need? We need Trump. We need a strong man. We need a man who's not afraid to protect our families. He's not afraid. And this is why we love him. Because we want to be free and safe. When they ask me, why do you care about America? Why do you care about Trump? Why do you care about these elections? Because I care about my family. And this is nothing unusual. This man will change the world. And we can say, I do hope that tonight, before midnight, we can start celebrating if your machines will not fix, if your machines will work. I was listening to your discussion like an hour ago. Why it takes like a week or something to count the... In Poland, it's 6 hours. Like the polling stations are closed at 9. You go to bed, you wake up at 6 or 7, you know who the president is. No problem at all. What about, American technology? It's not about technology. They want it. They want to make it hard. They want to keep and use their chance for the 7 days to work on the results. It's too big to rig. Not this time. So I'm very happy that I'm here because I was elected twice as a member of the Polish parliament and twice to the European Parliament. At the moment, I am a congressman for the Europe, right? And European Union is falling. And this man can stop this. All this crap, leftists, like gender, like LGBT madness ideology. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you love. Go away. Do not touch our children.
Yes.
Is that right?
Hey, go away. That's right. For sure.
We don't care. It's like,
Shout out to Big
I really
Period's mom.
like this
She's in the
movement
building.
now doing this campaign. I'm
Hey.
gay, not stupid. You know what I mean? We don't care who you sleep with, who you love, but do not come close to our children. And whatever happens in America, it happens in European Union 6 months later. So I know if he will stop this and he says, I'm going to stop this transition, craziness and madness, we're not going to finance it, we're not going to pay for it, it will be stopped in Europe. So what is this election about? For you Americans, it's about your family budget, inflation, World War III. It's about all of us. But there is a common ground between America and Europe, like family values, family safety, children's safety. World War III.
All right, so I'm gonna bring that back, fade that back, and we got American Pitbull in red in the red room.
I had to do red. What the hell happened to default?
I took him to the back. He's here. He's here. There's the American troll bull.
I didn't know he got butthurt and bounced.
No. Of course not.
Yeah, so,
no. He's
yeah,
professional.
like
Professionals don't bounce.
As I was saying, to repeat, my significant other said she was going to vote. That did bother me, caused some friction, but ultimately I decided to let that go because I didn't think it was that important considering just the entirety of my relationship.
Yeah.
And I felt, you know, if I voted, it zeroes out. Which she
so
did.
I all this time I thought she was more so like
I would have thought
upset upset at your position. It was more you upset with her position.
I mean, it could have been equal. She's not really good at communicating, but I voiced my opinion about it. So, you know, I just said I wasn't going to let that come between us. And also in the video I put out today too, I said the same thing.
Watch it.
I made it's short as fuck, man. It's like a 3-minute video and a little over 3 minutes.
Can we watch it on right now live?
Yeah, if you want to, then I don't have to repeat what's in it.
Let's go watch Rice's video real quick.
And then I'll explain my process of having to register to vote and that ordeal and yeah, I'll explain that part, because that was actually probably the most joy that I got out of this experience.
All right, let's bring up what Rice said here.
And this election could bring a new meaning to the phrase, remember the 5th of November. And I'll definitely remember this video because it's one I never thought I'd be making. It's so important that I actually wrote down what I wanted to say. I did something I said I would never do again. I thought long and hard about this, and it was not an easy decision to make. I decided to vote in the 2024 election, and I voted for Donald J. Trump. You may be asking yourself, but why, Rice? I did this because I love this country, but I hate what's been happening to it as well as the direction it's headed. There are so many things that I think are wrong with this country that are destroying it and everything it was found on. This country is being torn apart from the inside out, and if something doesn't change, there will not be a United States of America. With that being said, I felt the need and the obligation to vote for what I think is best for this country. I'm also in North Carolina, which is a battleground swing state, where every vote is supposed to matter. Ultimately, it does come down to the swing states and their electoral votes. They determine the president, but they are supposed to represent their constituents, which are the voters. This election is turning out to be the most important election of our lifetime, if not the entire history of the United States of America, which has become the divided states of America. And this election shows just how divided America is. I'm not sure what's going to happen after the election, no matter who wins or loses. So be prepared for anything that could happen, because literally anything can happen. With this country being so divided, I made a personal choice not to let how other people choose to vote impact me or my relationship with them in any way. And I encourage you to do the same. Whatever they do is on them. If you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. Now, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, because I am the American pit bull, a patriot, a son of the revolution. And I will do whatever is necessary if and when whatever happens or goes down. And lastly, I will be resending my voter registration and status after the election results are in and the winner is officially certified. I'll repeat, I will be resending my voter registration and status. I'm going to be putting a lot more focus and work on correcting my status. If you know, you know, and if you don't, I encourage you to check out Rice Against the Grain. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. You can stop right there. Yeah, so that kind of sums it up. Going to register to vote, because I haven't voted since the 2016 election. I had to do the ID process and all that. And I could tell where I was at, and I tried to check out the different early voting locations, and they all kind of seemed that they were going to be in what I felt was going to be like Democratic blue territory. I was trying to avoid that as much as possible, but I didn't feel like it was possible to avoid. So ultimately, I ended up having to go to a place that I feel like was a bunch of Democrats and would much rather me to register as a Democrat and vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And obviously that didn't happen. And so when they asked me about my voter registration and all that, after giving the ID, because that is required in North Carolina, shout out to North Carolina for that. they asked me what party I wanted to register. And I told them
that's crazy.
Normally I would do an independent. Normally I would, but I wanted to make sure my vote went where it was supposed to go, because sometimes they'll just like cast a vote based off the way that you're putting your party, depending on the state. So I just wanted to make sure. So I actually registered for the first time in my life as a Republican, and I voted for Donald Trump. But I said, when they said, how do you want to register? I said it really fucking loudly.
And what happened?
Just the looks, man.
The reaction?
It went from like people being polite, and I was like, "Oh, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're doing your part." To fuck you.
Right.
That's how I felt, and I'm pretty good with my intuition, and that's the way they made me feel.
So I wore my "Make America Great" hat in public 3 days ago.
Oh, and you're still here,
and I'm still here, baby.
Well, let's see. Michigan might go red. Red Nugent might be a thing.
Man, I wore that bad boy, and you know, I was ready, bro. I was just like ready.
I didn't wear my MAGA hat. I just went.
I didn't wear it to vote. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want them to see my, you know, do some hanky panky shit with my whatever. But
I made sure, because it wasn't really busy where I was at. Thankfully, I was able to get in.
It wasn't busy where I was either.
And I walked my vote up to the machine, and
I did too. They make you.
I put it. Well, I don't know if that's the normal process, because I haven't done it in a minute, and I forgot, and I didn't do it much before that. I've not participated in these reindeer games very many times. I just felt
I voted 3 times in my life. This is my
second. I think it's my second, and the reason I did it was just because I feel like if Kamala Harris is to get elected, this country is not going to be this country anymore. And and there's too much history in my blood.
Yo, but
one of my 4 times great grandfathers served in the Revolutionary War. You know what would be equivalent?
We talked about.
Well, I'm telling everybody. You know, it's equivalent to 4 tours of duty in Iraq in any war situation in modern terms. So that's what's in my blood, and it goes even further than that. And I just felt the obligation and the need to participate, especially with you. I mean, it's kind of ironic the 2 of us are both in swing states,
right?
Because there's what, 7 swing states out of the 50?
Yes.
And the 2 of us just happen to be in swing states.
It's crazy because, you know, the Democrats spin it around, bro, and they say that this election, if they lose, it's going to be the last time they have an election, bro. It's so crazy how they can say something like that.
Did you listen to the interview that Elon did with Rogan?
I didn't get a chance to go through it all. No.
So I've had to listen. I mean, I've got ADD, and I can't sit and listen to 3 hours straight regardless. So I'm listening to it in sections, and I'm about a third of the way through it. And where I'm at, or where I've gone through, he's talked about like why he got involved in a political sphere, where he thinks things are headed, how he feels like if the Democrats win, this would be the last real election. California. And explains why, though. But explains why, because if you can control the swing states,
that's right,
and in whatever manipulative form, then the rest. So then the uniparty really becomes something of existence. So I'm hoping, I'm really actually hoping that Donald Trump is going to follow through with what he said, because if he doesn't, I'm really going to be disappointed. But I'm still rescinding my vote regardless after the election certified.
So my
vote will count. My vote will count, but then I'm unregistering.
I went through the whole 3 hours with JD Vance and Rogan.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
You should. No, I didn't like the dude. I didn't like him for no reason. I just didn't. He seemed weird or something.
He just looks off.
Yeah, he does, but he doesn't sound off. You got to listen to what he said. It's pretty. I know. I feel the same way. I was like, damn. Actually,
I actually would have put more entertainment in watching him and Fetterman.
Oh my!
But I think the Fetterman thing, like I think Joe Rogan came across as like what my opinion is, without watching the whole thing, is Fetterman is like brainwashed or part of or really like super part of the game, and just like playing the part very well. And that's the thing, man. Like, that's the one thing I really want to add, man. It's really sad to see where we are as a country, to see us this divided, to see this election being this close, that people are like on their edge of their seats wondering what's going to happen. And I really hope that regardless of who wins or loses, that we're going to see some maturity. I mean, there's nothing wrong with standing up for what you believe in and doing what's right. But I really do not.
It's not going to happen. I think this is the fourth turn. Someone mentioned it earlier. You know, that Neil Howe book, man, it's all lining up.
This could really truly break up. I mean, this could break up the United States. And the weird thing is, it looks like Virginia is going to vote. From the last I've seen before I jumped on here, it looked like Virginia may be going Trump, which would make the entire South look like they're voting Trump. They're voting red, which is great.
Shit.
The entire South, which would include, you know, it's pretty much what you would have thought of during that CW time period.
Right.
That, you know, the media machine, the propaganda, the truth ministry has been like putting out as that propaganda and putting it out into the existence. I mean, that's a lot of people are unsure of what is going to happen beyond. Like when we wake up, I'm not sure what we're going to be waking up to.
Waking up to that, you know, that fix, baby, like 2020.
This might be your last really good night's sleep, so take advantage of it.
Hey, Blood, I got a question. I don't want to butt in.
That is.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Yeah.
What were you talking about? Something coming true, or the fourth section, or something like that.
Fourth turning.
Just talking about
fourth turning. Yeah.
Fourth turning.
Yeah, you can check out the web. There's a website, I believe it's thefourthturning.com. Or it's a book about sociology and how cycles take place based off of. It's hard to explain, but it's a sociological study that goes back prior to the early 1700s. That talk about these cyclical natures that take place through different generations. And
it's generational based. Basically,
and there's turnings through every generation, and through each turning through each generation, which would be anywhere between 80 to 110 years roughly, varies because those people grow up and change, and their values change based off their experiences of what they've been taught and experienced. So it goes to this. It's completely cyclical, but ultimately it comes down to these. It's almost like seasons, because there's four turnings, like four seasons. And when it comes time to winter, the final season in that aspect before the reset,
they call it a seculum, right? Is that what they call it?
The entire thing would be called a seculum.
The whole thing is a seculum. Okay, so we're entering the new seculum.
And there's a new book that came out. You can't see it because everything's in red, but there is a book behind me, The Fourth Turning. There's an updated version that just came out, but I believe the website fourthturning.com or the fourthturning.com. And
yeah, I'm reading it. I'm about 60-70% through that new version.
And basically, when we get into a fourth turning, it talks about in a sense, a change of the old system and regime and values, and that usually results in a war. And that results in a war, whether it's a global war or a civil war. It results in this uprising, basically, and because in order to create something new, you have to destroy what's old, whether what is old is destroying itself or not. Yeah, well, that's why
what this book is about.
So Tony Robbins did an excellent interview with him, and I respect Tony Robbins to a great deal. And I don't think he would be bringing someone on like this if he didn't put a lot of value in what was being said in the books. One of the authors passed away. There's also some great interviews on George Gammon. He did a couple interviews with Neil Howe, the author that's still alive, so you can get a better understanding. But it ultimately lines up with stuff that's happened astrologically, and that's why, in a sense, we're having this. And astrologically speaking, we're in the same astrological phase as we were, or just came out of, or in that same area as we were back in 1776, which most people should remember what took place in 1776.
Yeah, and what it comes down to essentially is that it doesn't matter what our actions, what our individual actions are in this whole cycle. It's going to happen. It's just like winter always comes, spring always comes, summer always is. It's going to happen no matter what you plan on doing as an individual. These are just cycles in the universe, in nature.
Why I really.
But the only difference I will say, real quick, I just want to add this.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think we have a slight delay. My
Yeah,
bad.
AI grips a little lag. That's all.
I just want to add that, you know, considering where we are as a species and how much we've advanced and how things have been in the past, that we won't be doing things the exact same way. So I don't think this fourth turning 100% will be like other fourth turnings where it's like more gun on the ground, pew pew, kinetic weaponry. I think it's going to be a little bit different. And I think we've already experienced that, because I already think we're already in what we would consider a third world war, you know, based off of all the things that have happened on a psychological warfare level, which is the next generation of warfare. So,
and I'm glad you touched on that, Rice, because
I
next point on that. My bad.
I absolutely think that I'm.
Go ahead, Griff.
I'm watching it happen. You know, you see war videos, and you know, you look at the past, and you see bombs, you see mortars, you see, you know, bombers dropping bombs. Now what you're seeing is drones. You're seeing all kinds of the stuff where you're really not in much danger. So I already see it flipping. The war side, it's already completely changed. There's no going back.
No, I'm not saying there will not that won't occur, but I'm saying I don't think it will be the main focus as it was in the past. That's all I want to add with that.
Well, that's where I wanted to interject and add my 2 cents, guys. Is like you said, Rice, we're currently already on that path. If we only have 5 to 10 states that actually determine election, and have over 52 states in our union. I mean, that's the majority of our country from even making a decision. On top of that, let that continue and our voices are continually unheard. It only leads to insurrection and some type of revolt. I want you guys to take on that.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if this election was not to go in the way of the red direction on the presidential side, I could definitely see states seceding and joining together and not being a 50-state union.
Ain't no state seceding, man. Like, let's get real, man. Like, come on, man. Like, come on.
Boy, this boy John Hill's a professional, ain't he? Right?
He plays his role well, and I appreciate.
He plays it very well.
Come on, like they just. I'm like, come on.
So Texas won't receive.
It just sucks to be in a default death loop, man. I don't know what I would do.
Everybody about to be in that death loop.
So John, so Texas is not going to secede.
Ain't going nowhere.
I mean, there's been legislation already been introduced several times.
There's been several states that have been trying to secede and break off and everything like that. Look at Northern California trying to join Idaho. I mean, there's already been examples.
You're not going to see a California-Texas union. I can definitely tell you that. But Texas is one of the only states I think that can secede without any issue because of the way it came into the union.
But what was that one movie that the Obamas produced where it talked about basically, you know, the country being divided and such and such? I mean,
that's not The Day After Tomorrow. What is it called?
I can't remember, but I could possibly see that even becoming a thing. I mean, they foreshadow it, they put it out there. It's MK Ultra. We're all kind of aware of that. I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't go that way. I mean, I'll tell you this much right now. I'm one of the ones that will put it down for that. I mean, there's got to be others that are just like me, and even on the other side that are just like me that are willing to do that.
It's called Leave Me Behind, and I'm surprised that we're actually even able to stream and have power and internet today, to be honest with you.
Real quick, let me cut to Alex Jones, the Trilateral Commission.
They made the frogs
gay. Reptilian.
They made the frogs gay.
Let's see what he's talking about.
It's just exploding. The corporate old media has been dead for a while. Now they're just recognizing it. And we've got you and Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk and all of the cool, smart, hardworking, beautiful people of every race, color, and creed. And this is a magic moment despite the wall of fraud and the illegals voting and all of the vote flipping and all of the scams. All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't steal the election again. That's what it looks like. I'm very optimistic right now. But regardless, the global awakening is unstoppable. That which doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So no matter what happens tonight, America is back, baby.
Let's go.
Yes.
Alex, anything that you're concerned about? Is there anything, though, that's going on that you're a little bit paranoid or nervous about, or you're pretty steady optimistic?
Well, look, I'm always optimistic when humanity's waking up, but the globalists are openly trying to accelerate war with Russia. They are openly trying to expand wars in the Middle East. They're flooding our borders. They are trying to consolidate power and control for their great reset. And so, yeah, we've got a lot of opposition, a lot of problems, a lot of powerful forces. But before, America was asleep, has woken up. The sleeping giants rubbed the sleep out of its eyes, and it's focused, and it's learning fast, and it's very, very angry. And they've already tried to kill Trump twice.
Do we lose him, or is he still on? Is he on or no? Okay. Is he frozen or no? Okay,
I'm here, Patrick. We got another show dialed in, another show just connected. We'll reconnect with them in a minute. A lot going on here.
I love it.
We had General Flynn break in earlier.
Well, go do your thing, Alex. Great to have you on here. Take care, buddy.
We love you, brother.
Remember, Alex, Poland loves you. We love you in Poland, man.
He is funny. Candace, you were going to say something to Dominic about Trump. We were talking about Trump, how he handled the talent. He said he's got the talent to go through what happened right now. Were you going to say something to him?
Well, I was just going to add, I think when you're looking at what people are voting on right now, Israel's just not the number one issue. You've got Kamala versus him, and really I don't think, I think that even for Republicans like me, who are, I think, starting to really ask the question about why we're allowed to say, like when I first came on your show, I said, F Ukraine, I don't want to send money to Afghanistan, I don't want to send money to Ukraine. Like, I'm like a Thomas Massey fan on this, but then they're like, okay, but that's totally fine, but you can't say it about Israel. So that question is, and that conversation, we're at the beginning of that conversation. Before, it was kind of out of sight, out of mind. October 7th hadn't happened. The media wasn't insisting on the conversation, just like nobody was thinking about Ukraine until the media started insisting upon the conversation regarding Ukraine. You had to form your opinions. Between the two of them, between the two parties, I do think that one thing that we believe Trump on is that he doesn't want to go to World War III, right? That's the reality. And so even if he is, as he is, like you are correct about, radically pro-Israel, we know that his support is not going to be, yes, I agree, let's go to World War III. I really do believe that. I think Trump would say no to World War III. He's always kind of got the same military idea, get in there, hit him hard here, and then let it be done. He likes quick military procedure, and you're done with it. So people have faith because he's been the president for 4 years. He got wanted our boys out of everywhere, wanted the troops back home. And when he did anything militarily, it was like Soleimani, one thing, and then it was over. So we still have faith in Trump for that. I think down the line, 2028, it's going to be a way bigger question. And we'll see what happens. But I think that we do still have faith in Trump not going to drag us into World War III. So that for me, I think that's how I felt at least.
2028
That's a good point. I think that's fair. By the way, can you guys
Gavin versus JD
recognize my son? He's got school tomorrow.
Tico,
man.
Gavin versus RFK Jr.
Good to see you, man.
Maybe Tulsi Gabbard.
Can I ask him a
Hello,
question?
USA.
Tico, if you could vote, if you were old enough to vote, who would you vote for and why?
Donald Trump, because of like the data and what he actually did. The economy was good and stuff like that,
So he said Donald Trump, just in case you guys didn't hear him in the back.
His dad's going to give him some extra
There's
money.
my boy right there.
Who loves you?
Good man.
I'm not going to see you. You'll be asleep.
Hey,
I'll see
turn
you
this
guys
down real
tomorrow
quick.
morning. Good night, buddy.
Good job.
By the way, he's the most conservative guy in our family. I'm not even kidding with you. If you guys talk to this guy in a car, 2-hour drive, he says, turn off the radio.
I know the swing states are called swing states for a reason, and Virginia technically isn't, but I've been seeing flip-flop between Pennsylvania going both ways, and Virginia almost flipping and then going both ways. I think Pennsylvania has more weight with the Electoral College. I think it might be.
They have 19. They have 19.
I think Virginia has 13.
Virginia has 13. Correct.
And so I've been seeing that flip flop because one of the main ones I've been paying attention to with the poll results is AP News. And I can send a link or I can share it.
Okay, let's see what we got here really quickly on Ohio.
Comes to the Senate race, we can see that Vivek Ramaswamy was able to provide a lot of help. And we can see that the incumbent, Sherrod Brown, has actually been defeated by Bernie.
Bernie!
Let's go, everybody!
Ohio.
Yep, this is a pickup in the Senate. So that's a pickup in the Senate.
Damn. Kamala
and
really ain't gonna
on
get
the
shit
West
done
Coast.
if she
On the
gets in.
West Coast, we can see that we have California, which was called. We have Oregon, which was called.
Chicane on executive orders.
We have, what was that one up the top, Tom?
Yep, and get back here.
And Washington was called. So those are all for Harris. The West Coast, this is no surprise, guys. This is exactly what we anticipated. But things are looking progressively better and better.
Okay, so now let's check on Pennsylvania. We're up to 67% reported.
Oh, shit.
And we are still 2 points. So a little over 2 points in Pennsylvania at 67%. So that's feeling pretty good. And then
just show them numbers. Didn't Trump have like 200?
Arizona, Trump has just pulled into the lead.
Oh, snap.
Hey, wow.
Yeah.
And by the way,
I think we knew Arizona was a given.
It's very red right here.
Maricopa County, that's the...
I get it, but I think
it's
based
very,
off
very
all
close.
the polling
And
data,
one other that we're looking at is take a look at this.
to compare later.
Wisconsin,
what his result was.
This is crazy.
61% in, and it's a
Wisconsin.
2-point lead right now. So
that's very
the
close to
math
calling
on
it.
this
What
becomes
about
pretty
Michigan?
favorable, even if you can't call Pennsylvania.
What do you think is
But we'll
going to happen
take
in your
one
home state,
quick
Blood?
look at one other state.
It's a toss-up, bro. I really don't know. I really don't know. Like,
I heard you say in between me getting kicked off and having to come on my anti-government computer so that I can stream without being kicked off.
You might need to throw away that phone, brother.
It was burning up hot, dude. That Vin Miller, I think, just set off my phone in the worst way.
Probably.
And he keeps texting me, and I wonder, should I text him back?
Hell no.
Who did you say that you didn't know how? I think you said she voted, because I know you have a harem.
I was talking about my mom, though. No, I wasn't talking about my lady.
Okay.
Ladies, I don't know, but no.
Yeah, you can't say nothing to your mom.
No, I can't. I mean, she came out and, she makes comments like, I don't like either of them, but you voted for one of them. And I'm just wondering which one you voted for, Mom.
A lot of people.
So if you're watching right now,
sit out, man. A lot of people have chosen to sit out, and I chose to not sit out, which is kind of the ironic part of people who want to sit out. But the markets to me are pricing in a Trump victory. I know that there's going to be a lot of back and forth and turmoil and disagreements beyond, like I said, what happens today. I'm not sure what we're going to be waking up to tomorrow. And I think that's the most alarming thing that people need to
this is
worry
what I'm
about.
trying to tell people, man. They're all
Don't-
excited. I'm seeing everyone at the Pat Bet David event jumping for joy and not listen.
But those people aren't going to go out there and like start doing violent shit.
You don't think so?
Not the people at
not
Bet David's event. No, not at Value
Probably
Entertainment.
not.
No, but there are some people I think that are ignorant enough to do it, and I think it'll happen.
Is
on
that
either
ignorant, though?
side.
I want to throw a question out there to you guys, Rice and Blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many elections have we gone to sleep and found out somebody else won when we woke up?
The only one I've known is 16. Did Gore? Maybe the
Gore
Bush.
Gore was definitely, and that was my wake up call.
Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't even in that like headspace for that. So the one I
wasn't into politics.
20.
That made me not care. That made me at a very young age decide, like, why does it matter what I do with the whole voting thing? Because it doesn't matter how it happens. They're going to make sure. That's why it's called a selection process. And I'm hoping that Donald Trump and Kamala Harris aren't the right and left wing of the same bird. I'm hoping that this is a detachment. I'm hoping.
I mean, just look at the way they act.
The last administration, I know, but it could also be that they want Donald Trump to be the president, and because they know what's happening under this next administration, regardless of who wins. There's going to be turmoil.
That is my concern. There is going to be turmoil no matter what.
And it's going to help the Democratic 2028 nominee so much.
Yeah.
If we have shit hits the fan, the economic situation, dollar collapses, or we just see the stock market collapse, and higher forms of inflation, if not hyperinflation, because of even potentially the alternative of BRICS. So I mean, there's so many things that are uncertain where we're at, and that's why I decided to make sure I zeroed out a vote.
Can I ask a question? Because it's more so just I don't get the fear that, like, oh, this could happen. I don't understand that thinking process, because if something's going to happen, you can't control that shit. So why be like, oh, well, we'll wake up tomorrow and they're like, if they're going to steal it, they're going to steal it. Like,
this is what I'm saying. I think it doesn't matter what the numbers look like. You only need 7 states. The game is already it's already set up in a form and fashion for the rig to occur easily.
And I feel like if the blue side wins, unfortunately, it's going to be an attack on the First Amendment, and anybody who speaks out against the administration or who has spoken out or shown support on the other side is going to have a problem.
Yeah. Your boy Elon's going to be number 1 on target. That's what PBD said, and I liked his assessment and an analysis on that. He said if Kamala wins, public enemy number 1 is not Trump. It's actually Elon, because he has a way longer runway.
Elon knew that, and that's why I think I think he drew his line in the sand. And there's a lot of people drawing their lines in the sand, and all these compromised Diddy party attenders also should speak volumes.
Go ahead, AI.
Shout out to delays. Maybe he's gone. We got dead air.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm sure there's not dead air on the Valuetainment live stream.
Hey man, this is technical difficulties, not skill. All right,
I'm just giving you hell, man.
I'm trying to, we've been having a lot of issues tonight.
It might happen.
I'm not really appreciating this experience I'm getting from Restream
my phone,
right now.
My phone. I don't know if Restream is friendly with phones, but my phone literally, I think if I would have kept trying, I would have blown my phone up. So
have you picked a new streaming platform?
Well, I deposited money in an account, and it automatically took it. So I'm still with the devil that raised their prices. but I think StreamYard made a really bad decision. But
they messed up big time.
The platform, dude. How much are you enjoying the experience right now?
For my guests, I'm having issues as you can see. Yeah. Some people didn't have issues. Maybe it's a platform thing. But from a content creator perspective, there are more features. It's better. It's a better layout. I like it way better than StreamYard, bro.
And I still was going to look into the Rumble thing
for $50 a month.
50 for a Restream?
Yeah.
And you can stream to how many locations?
I think I can 8.
Is it okay?
I believe 8.
So that's just like $5 more than the regular thing that we were paying. So I think what was the number? 80%? What was the increase that StreamYard did? Because it was like an average, like roughly $25 a month.
Well, that was for the lower tier. I was mid tier.
Right. Well, I was doing
at
25,
45,
and
they jumped me up to 80 something bucks, bro.
They raised mine to 45. You know, so
yeah, it's insane. I said no way. Because I know how I'm a business guy. I know how this stuff goes, and I told you when you told me that, I immediately knew what happened. A venture capitalist acquired them.
Yep.
And that's what they do, bro.
To make money,
yeah, that's what they do.
But I mean,
they got a 5-year. They had a 5-year window
if the other platforms
like double revenue or whatever, and that's what they do. These companies,
they're going to have to reverse course because it's going to screw up their business model, and they're going to lose their investment if they don't price match. So
Will,
when are
you starting your stream?
Man, I ain't got time, man. I don't.
Okay.
I appreciate that because that's our most valuable asset. And you obviously seen I haven't been putting out much content because I appreciate my time much more than what YouTube is giving me with viewership,
right?
And my declining subscriber numbers.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, it's like I don't
have time because my business, man, it's not enough people.
You guys hear me now?
That's actually good.
Yeah, we can hear you, AI.
Was that a Verizon
There's going to
commercial?
be a point in time where for posting something on.
Repeat which platform
like
you said
post something,
on X.
I don't know, against the other side.
No.
Yeah, or any
right
platform really. I think it's going to come to that.
Well, if you're saying X specifically, I don't think so because I feel like, and even though he's been a little bit of a hypocrite on being a free speech absolutist, I still think it's the freest place on the internet to communicate. Other platforms are different, but all the other platforms aside from X are more similar. So I think it would be a problem on other platforms. Maybe not some of these platforms like Rumble or Kick that are trying to upstart and be competition with YouTube, but ultimately any mainstream platform, your Facebook, Instagrams, your YouTubes, they're definitely 100% going to be doing what is in favor for their platform. And, you know, me and Blood have covered this numerous times in videos and specific video talking about censorship, which is, I love censorship.
I must be able to abort my child. Like there's something about that is very scary, especially when it's a woman.
Oh, Candace been on fire, man.
Well, it's crazy that everybody in the mainstream media is ignoring, even the alternative media for the most part, is ignoring her research on.
Yes, I've been following it.
Background.
Isn't that crazy? I've been following it, man. It's deep. It's a deep rabbit hole, man.
It's something.
You didn't have to go that deep with her.
No, I want to go that deep with her.
I didn't know that.
I think she likes white men. I think her husband's white, so I think I'm good.
Yeah, that's
no, she likes Asian men, is what she said.
Oh,
well, I get high all the time.
I do. I ain't gonna say that. Okay, go ahead. Play the grant.
Oh no, I just mentioned that she had brought out that Kamala had Jewish connections, and that's something I had no idea about.
Oh yeah,
her husband's Jewish.
Irish, Jewish,
Indian. Indian.
So if
It's crazy, bro.
If Beyonce doesn't work, if Taylor Swift and her cat doesn't work in a soppy post about, childless women with cats.
You're breaking up a little bad, baby. Say that again.
I do want to ask everyone a question real quick. It seems like we got a lot of business owners on the call or in the panel. So I know from my own experiences, if you don't focus on your business doesn't focus on you. So from someone who didn't vote today, to be honest, I do realize that my focus is on me and mine, and else can distract that. You guys all experiences as an entrepreneur and having multiple responsibilities. Where do you find yourself when it comes to being distracted with even the election, per se?
Well, I personally think this election is good for business owners, small business owners. Again, a lot of the regulatory, I know John Hill ain't gonna agree with this, but you take every regulation, you must take away 1 or 2 for every regulation you want. That type of stuff really does impact small businesses. There's a lot of regulation in this country that is unnecessary. It adds more expenses to your bottom line. And I think that's great. And then there are going to be some tax benefits as well that Trump is going to bring down the pipeline. So I think it all ties in my opinion. I don't think it's a distraction this go round.
I don't know the numbers, but I'm the percentage I believe is like over 50, maybe 60%, maybe even higher, that people who get paid in the United States who do work are from small businesses. And what happened in 2020 obviously took out a lot of those businesses. And this has become a big issue for both parties. So like you said, I really think it's going to turn out good for both, because we need to build those businesses up to continue the economy, to continue paying people, to continue the whole commerce game, because without the monopoly money coming in, the commerce game comes to an end. So ultimately, and that's the thing, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. I've not seen one meme, and we should see it out there, about Kamala Harris being a pair of flip-flops, because of how much she's flip-flopped on issues based on being a political chameleon, which from my education comes from Marxism. Not just Candace Owens, but other people as well.
No, she's not Marxist
at all. But her father definitely was.
Her father definitely was.
And that doesn't mean that those traits don't bleed through in some fashion.
Her father disowned her.
We become a greatest hits of our lifetime experiences.
Her father disowned her. Like she don't even fuck with that side of the family. Like a lot of this stuff with her family tree and stuff like that. Like this was all highlighted in 2019. Like a lot of this stuff, I already went through this. This is why I've been so, again, another reason why I was so confident. I didn't think she had a chance, because she's a weak candidate. She has a lot of flaws. And she does, like I keep saying, she has no political ideology.
But people are so divided. It's so black and white, so binary. It's either Trump or this.
I think that's more the media.
And I've heard so many people that would identify as a Democrat saying, as long as you weren't basically special needs on some crazy spectrum or a pedophile or all of the above, I'd vote for you over Trump.
Yeah, that's a crazy Democratic hope.
That's sad to see America, and that's what I was saying earlier. Is that divided, man. That there's that many people in America that would want that direction to take place in this country, and that shows how much power the media has.
Of course, because it influences. But you can say that on the Trump side, there's people that would be like, no matter what, I'm going to vote for Trump. For Trump. My thing is with her is she's just a weak candidate. She's not a Marxist. She doesn't have any.
Okay, how can you? And let me ask you that question.
I guess she's not anything really though, because she's a puppet and she stands for nothing, and she's proven that because she's flip flopped on all the issues. Nobody even knows what she stands for. So yeah, you're right. She's a puppet. She stands for nothing, but somebody's controlling her, and whoever's controlling her is doing what I say.
It's a Marxist. It's a Marxist. I'm sorry.
I feel like we're all talking about a bad ex-girlfriend here. We're talking about dad problems. She got excommunicated from the family. She had her whole phase with everybody. I mean, come on, man. We got our answers. That's a bad woman, boys. Come on, let's go.
She's a bad woman. Who's bad?
I mean, I might tear it up if I had the opportunity, just to never of it. I mean, if we take politics out of the game, take personality out, and just throw her in a room.
No,
that face and body.
I ain't hitting
depends
that.
on what's surrounded with it.
Hey,
right. She ain't got no ass.
I'm not saying I want Kamala. I'm not saying I want her.
Montel Jordan.
No, man.
Willie Brown. Willie Brown did.
Judge Joe Brown might have too.
Willie Brown.
Judge Joe Brown.
She's trying to get that brown in so she can claim to be brown.
On that corporate ladder.
that Willie Brown, that Judge Brown, that makes me brown.
Rice is crazy, man.
He right
I
though.
definitely need help, man.
He right though.
He's right. Oh my god, bro.
But
That's
no,
crazy.
she's the thing about the.
So, how do you say she's not a Marxist though?
This is what I was gonna say. The thing.
Well, she
thing about
really
the Demo-
doesn't stand for anything. You
Yeah.
really can't call her a Marxist.
The thing about the Democrats is, socially, their social policies they're batshit crazy to the left, but their economic policies are not Marxist at all. They're conservative. They're conservative policies economically. They're not.
Brother,
talking
about
about
the Eastern European immigrants, bro. No, come on, man. Come on.
What's that? I didn't hear
Right.
that. Yeah.
Come on, man. You could bullshit everybody else. Come on, man. My family came here during World War II, bro. Come on, she's Marxist. Come on, don't bullshit.
She's Marxist, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to hear I'm trying to understand John
Marxist.
Hill's explanation.
I'm looking at things from an economic policy. What in her policy is Marxist?
Okay,
what
I actually, for the first time, I think, agree with default, because you can't say she's a Marxist because she doesn't stand for anything. But I think the people that control her as a puppet are Marxist. But I don't think that makes her a Marxist.
That's what I agree too.
BlackRock has her economic policy. Are they Marxist?
Her economic policy is definitely not.
Yes.
No, they're fascist. That's a fascist.
She's following.
She's
Trump's
really
policies.
fascist.
She's
too.
following,
Exactly.
and she says
She's not Marxist. She's fascist.
Because all politicians say words they don't mean, they don't even actually back up. So she's just saying what she thinks everybody is happy that Donald Trump is saying. So she's saying the same things and agreeing. That's why, like, she's been flip-flopping on so many things, and we don't even know what she stands for.
She's
and
doing
that's
that
the worst
because
thing.
she's doing that because the polls are.
Well, she's
trending
doing that because
Trump.
it's Trump or. And so many people are polarized that they don't want Trump. So as long as or doesn't include the list that I said earlier.
Honestly, the only politician you had in the last 50 years that was close to Marxist was Bernie Sanders.
That's socialist.
And now a democratic socialist. I said that was close to Marxist.
Yeah, socialist is a Marxist, right?
Well, it's a form of communism, which is socialism is a form of communism.
And none of her economic policies are even mirroring what
But
Bernie.
I think all of her economic policies are bullshit, and she's just saying and showing what she thinks people want to see and hear, so she can get elected, and then she can do whatever the hell she wants, and then we're fucked.
You came in on late, Rice, but I said
No, I agree with Rice as well. How many times did Kamala have to pull heartstrings to get her point across, and people had to shut her up? And also, not to mention, every time Kamala got to mention or even running her spiel, she was reading from the teleprompter every time, to the point where people were saying what she was getting at before she said it.
Even Cardi B had to read from a teleprompter.
A phone. No, the teleprompter went out.
Well,
she had to get the phone.
I think she started reading from it until it malfunctioned.
Yeah. Well, I know, Rice, you got to get out of here, bro. I appreciate you chiming in, giving your
man.
opinion on everything tonight, man. Glad you voted. Hopefully it's one more vote towards getting this ship back turned in the right direction, man.
We shall see.
So any last words? I got your Twitter on deck right now. Go follow him, Rice TVX on X.
No,
Anything
I just
else,
the one thing I would add, and I definitely make sure you hit me up. Blood is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And also I encourage people to check out a Twitter X account called GXA Show. You can also find links to a YouTube channel. Something is going to be happening very soon. So I encourage you to check that out. And if you check enough on my X feed, you'll see some links, and I'll actually retweet it here after the stream. So check that out. GXA Show on the Twitters. That is it. These two individuals, if you know, you know. If you don't, you will.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody. I'm sorry for coming in late and not knowing everything you guys said, man, but I appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, it's been 3 hours and 25 minutes. I'm gonna wrap up here in a second so we can all go to sleep and wake up with Kamala as our coochie in chief. What do you call it? Commander in chief. I'm sorry, Commander in chief. Not Coochie and Chief.
It's
Commander
CEO.
in Chief.
CEO's good.
CEO. Okay,
CEO, but
CEO.
wake up to Night America.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right, much love. Make sure you
All
guys
right, bro.
smash that like button.
That's right.
Having in the last panel about the Latino vote is really interesting. Some of these numbers are a little bit jaw-dropping, looking at, potentially 45% for Donald Trump in some states. And that is going to cause a real reckoning within the party on how we talk about, message to, and integrate, a huge part of our base typically in all of this. I would say, though, that the campaign and people that I've been speaking to have said nothing has been called. Our paths to 270 have not been blocked off. And as we continue to get more vote in, and I should add to the numbers that they messaged to you, Detroit is coming in. And Detroit had a very good day with in-person voting today. And the suburbs of Atlanta outperforming where Biden was there. One point of concern is that she's not doing as well in the rural areas as Biden did. And that's something that they're paying attention to. But I'm hearing more and more from people that I'm speaking to, blue wall, blue wall. And this morning we were talking about, well, if you pick up North Carolina and Georgia, again, they're not off the map, but it is feeling like more of that laser focus on the easiest route.
And by the way, she's not a Trump supporter. She can't stand Trump. So just so you guys know, the person I just talked, what did you just get? You just got in saying Kamala Harris's camp is not responding?
Yeah, apparently Kamala Harris's headquarters is no longer responding to the news and giving statements right now, so they are feeling a bit glum over at the Kamala HQ.
Yeah, boy.
Not what we're getting in this room, so.
Can you imagine, like, right now, they're sitting there on the other side, wondering what went wrong. Lex Friedman just tweeted, Rob, something very good. Lex, if you can go to Lex's tweet, the last tweet that he just put up, he said something very interesting. And by the way, I think the game is changing. Guys, you realize right now we're at 257,000 people live watching this podcast. Wow.
Nice.
Hear me out when I say this. For those that are watching, we thank you for watching us. But ask, why are you watching us? Why are you here? None of us are from Columbia. We didn't go to Yale. We didn't go to Harvard. We don't have a journalistic, I don't know if you do, Dave. I don't think you do. None of us have a journalistic degree that we're doing this. Why is America flipping to this?
Because there was an attack on tradition. Tradition is what makes up culture. And tradition is an experiment that worked. Yes. It's an experiment that worked. And we've been told for too long that, a man is a woman and a woman is a man, and you are whatever you feel like. And the only metric, the only rudder in the wind is how I feel, which changes with the wind. And so nobody can. The Democrats, or let's just call it the radical authoritarian left, has given us no bedrock to moor into. None. I don't even know. And what a surprise that I have no idea what she stands for. Right. She couldn't even articulate that when given softball questions on her own friendly territory. What does that say? Two things. One, she doesn't know what she stands for, or she's hiding something. And it's probably something very radical that no one agrees with. No one. But when you find out that this guy was in the Olympics, and he was pretending to be a woman and hitting and knocking that almost really, like, he could have ruined that woman's career. She spends her whole life getting to the Olympics, and she'd never been hit like that hard, because that's a dude. And none of us agree with that. Nobody. And how interesting that even Kamala Harris and the Democrats are distancing themselves from this gender ideology. So it shouldn't be a surprise that most of us are going, hey guys, this is a little much. It's a little much.
People are fed up with fake news media. This man took a bullet for this country. What did they say? That it was staged. They are mental. Normal people would not ever say in this moment that was staged, like millimeters from taking his life. And people are fed up with fake news media. The nice picture, white teeth, it's not enough. People want honesty, Patrick. That is why you, Joe Rogan, Cannons, and people with a huge audience are changing this country because people are fed up with fake news media. Thank God for your job.
And I was going to say, like, 250,000 people watching this, I mean, I feel like no one has had a more tumultuous year than me, right? And what this year has taught me is that at the end of the day, the American people...
So just real quick, I'm on New York Post national map. They got PA going to Trump, bro. This is crazy. It's over. 77% counted, and he's up by 3 and some change. With 77%, it looks like it might be over. We'll see. I don't know, but yeah, he takes PA and GA. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
If Trump does get in, how will this term be much different than his first term? I know he focused on the deep state, and that didn't really budge and make a move. So, I mean, are we expecting him actually to have some true traction and do something that actually makes a major difference this term?
So think of it this way. When he got in, you got to remember Trump was an outsider. He was not a DC guy. He said it in a few interviews. He had been to Washington maybe 13 times or something like that through his whole career. So that first term, it was all new to him. He's bringing in people that he has to rely on other people to tell him to bring in. And I never thought about this when he said that you can't bring in outsiders that aren't from Washington, that aren't politically vetted already to put into very powerful positions. You got to pick someone that's already in the political circle because they've been vetted. I said, I never thought about that. So with that being said, it was a learning curve for him. In my opinion, I think he made some mistakes for sure. He admitted that he made some mistakes on his picks. But this go round, bro, I mean, look at the team. He's got RFK. He's got Tulsi. He's got Elon. He's got Vivek. He's got a lot of people around him that aren't all Republican that I think is going to be a great start to his next 4 years. He's got a squad.
I agree. But here's my rebuttal. If you look at that top right corner, where all the money in this country is normally held, it's not for Trump.
Yeah. New York and all that, you saying? All up in there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Wall Street is I don't know, man. But you got to think though, DC, we'll see, bro. We'll see what happens. He'll use executive orders, of course, and you got to think, man. I don't think we would have seen any other president be able to maintain any type of resemblance of a presidential cabinet with all the attacks he had those 4 years. I mean, the onslaught was nonstop. So I think there won't be as many this go around. That's another factor we got to, take into consideration. I don't think we're going to see as many onslaughts. I think a lot of the shit is going to get dropped that he's got up against him right now. And if he gets in, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If he gets in this time, I think he can pardon himself. Am I correct?
I think you're correct.
I think he can.
But I was going to ask, what's the Senate and House races looking like? Because
so the Republicans picked up in once. I think Ohio picked up a seat. So even if Kamala got in, bro, it's a dead end.
So you got
they just need to give up.
You got a Republican-controlled Senate, House, and President. So
and then don't forget about the they're not political, but he appointed 3 justices to the Supreme Court. They're not supposed to be political. They don't have any political flag with, but I'm just saying, it's not looking good. Even if she does get in, man, Democrats they have to really go back to the drawing board. They got to get off this LGBT and equality for everybody and all that shit. They got to go back to the drawing board, bro. And they got to become the party that was at least half decent.
They don't have an economic message. They don't have an economic message at all. All they talk about is identity and bullshit ass social liberal policies. That
he can't pardon himself in the state of New York. Now, this is interesting. Why is that? Go Panama. That's crazy. I have to research that one. That is insane. if that's true. Yeah. So they don't have a political. You said they don't have a what now?
An economic
plan.
They don't.
Economical plan.
What's their economic plan? What's the Democrats' economic plan?
Their economic plan is to steal all they can from the working man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gonna win. That's not going to win. If that's the perception, that's a losing.
They just got to come back towards the middle, bro. It has to be a Democratic Party that we all remember back in the 90s. You know, it's got to be a Clinton type situation. You know, they got to really do some. And I blame the DNC because they rigged everything. They rigged everything, bro. She shouldn't have been in office. She should not be the one running. They did not allow a correct Democratic selection for who they were going to replace Biden, and I think they did it on purpose.
I think she was perfect for what they want to do. The Democrats is some weird people, man. The shit they did under Obama, I don't want to get into no racial shit, but I think they couldn't allow the white man to do that. It had to be a black man. Now, imagine if they get it. I'm talking about this LGBT shit.
Yeah.
Imagine if they got a black woman in there, the shit that they could do and get away with. That's what they want.
I never thought about it that way.
No, that's real. That's real.
Yeah. Never thought about it that way. So, I appreciate all of you guys tuning in tonight, man. Little Bag Baby, Clay the Great, AI Griff, John Hill, T Will, and everyone in the chat room. This was great. Wake up to a nightmare on Elm Street. Just remember, Crypto Blood told you so.
Man, we had a good time, man. CB, you got to do this at least once a something, once a 2 week, once a month.
Let's do it. I used to do it every weekend, if you recall. I don't know how long you've been following me for a while.
Since 2017.
Okay, so you remember the Off the Chain episodes I used to do on Saturdays?
Right, but them was call-ins. You know, you turn on the. I called in once before.
So what you talking about? Do what more often?
I mean, just what this is basically. This just a pile up. I think it went cool. It wasn't no bunch of over talking. I mean,
I think John Hill talked about 70% of the screen.
I mean, he did, but I'm talking about like we went all screaming at each other, over talking to where the audience couldn't hear what was going on.
Right.
Yeah, there's no screaming. Respectful for the most part. You know, get a little bit back and forth, but that's cool. That's life, man. You don't take it personally. Just say what
I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone here does. That's what I love about I'm all for debate and speaking your mind and listening to other people's opinions. That's what it's all about, man. You know,
definitely. That's how you get to you get your feelings out there or your ideas out there. That's how you get to a better place in this country. If we just sit around and don't talk, nothing's gonna get it. Nothing's gonna get talked about.
Just announce when the next show is and have Default bring his pinpoints to his
man. Default ain't
black
bringing
people. Say the black people.
Default ain't gonna bring no
I'll bring
outline.
I'll bring a whole economic agenda.
Okay, there we go. Y'all heard it first. Y'all heard it first.
Y'all not gonna like it. I'll bring it.
All-time highs. Shout out to who dropped that in the chat room. Little Back Baby. Yes, all-time highs on Bitcoin. Must say that. So shout out to the crypto holders, the hodlers. Very good
Just
move.
imagine if Trump do win. When you wake up, what that Bitcoin price gonna be?
It might get to 80, 81. That purple line up there, which is, let me get back to it. That would be roughly 80,000. 80,000. Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll get a cool off from there probably. But no, this is definitely positive. It's hard. It's hard to, the alts are going to definitely run. They already have been running. Dogecoin. Like I said, I was up 800% on my Dogecoin long at one point. It's at up 686 right now. But
Doge is 20.
Doge is what?
21 cents.
Damn, 21 cents.
21 cents. So that lets you know the correlation. You know why Doge is up, because Elon is with, you know,
Wait till Tesla.
they're you know, trying to put that together. But yeah, this is great. This is great. So make sure you guys hit that like button. What's tomorrow? I'll be streaming tomorrow, so come back, check us out, and yeah, we'll do this again. We'll definitely do this again, and I enjoyed it. So hope you guys did as well.
Y'all be cool, man. I gotta get up at 4 a.m.
Oh man, all right. I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah,
we out of here, people.
Peace. All right, have a good one, everybody.
Take care.
Yo, it's crypto blood. Detroit flow, streaming from the D, knowing what to show. Indicators are wrong point. OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro. I'm Rucker, Jerry, and just bloods do. Bad motherfucker in a good way, boo. Got my eyes on the charts, ain't no time to sleep. Get that money, gotta keep it creep. That's my crypto blood, just the toasters on the line. Stacking my coin, got the market on my mind. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum too. Cash is king, but I'm looking for a new move. I know the culture of the markets like the streets. Got my finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live. Okay.